Iron Mouse's channel just got terminated today. Okay, so I don't want to go and censor and edit. So all I'm gonna say, I'm gonna turn off the alerts. Alerts will be turned off. I'm gonna say, alerts will be turned off. Here you go. This one is a brand new project. I've never really done any of those projects before for Honkai Impact. And I'm gonna shill it to Mihoyo. Let's see what we can do with it. Wait, which channel? It's gonna go into my VTuber channel. Right. If you have any questions, I'll be answering. Ask. The more you ask me questions about the Lord, the better. Okay? Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Stella and I'm an absolute psychopath, but it's okay, we already established that. And welcome to a brand new series. I call it Honkai Archives because I don't want to call it the Void Archives because of copyright infringement. I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, the Iron Mouse, the main channel. Iron Mouse's main channel got terminated today by YouTube. So, we're doing this. From now on, once a week, we're gonna come in. We're gonna be reading more about the story. We're gonna approach the visual novels. I chose the visual novels carefully, or like the order of them. We're gonna start with the anti-entropy visual novels, since the most connected to Honkai Star Rail. It will be able to bridge a lot of misconception. It will be able to lay a lot of information and a lot of lore that will help you not only in Honkai Impact, but Honkai Star Rail and even Genshin Impact, since they are all connected together. You'll be getting to learn more about Weltang, Joyce, the basics of anti-entropy, and later on, little by little, you're gonna get to see how did things end up happening and why is Welt even on the train to begin with, which will take us at that point to a post-Honkai Odyssey. The second one, after this visual novel, every week we're gonna come in, we're gonna do a couple of chapters. I'm aiming for 3 chapters every single week. So one day, 3 chapters every single week. Those videos will be uploaded to YouTube. I hope you guys enjoy them. And we're gonna start. First things first, let's lay on some foundation. The one in the background is Joyce. We're gonna call him Omega for now. We have Tesla in here, the redhead. We have Einstein in here, the blue-haired. Okay. Regardless, the story starts. Oh, here we go. The story starts and it happens. Here we go. In basically London. So, get ready for that. I'll call him Joyce. Thank you. You can do that too. But his name is not Joyce yet. We can call him Omega for now. It will explain the origin of her share of reason. Have fun. Thank you, Kiki. Thank you. So, yeah. Yep. Since I already know everything. Yep. So, you can just chill with us. Yet again, you can ask about the lore. This visual novels. After this one, we're going to do Shattered Swords. Shattered Sword approaches Lucha, well, technically Auto Apocalypse, Fua, and the rest. And then the last one is gonna be Durandal's one. Alright, cool? Now, let's get in. The car has finally stopped. A car door opens. I need to ask one thing. Yes, have you played 7.8? Not yet. I haven't done the story yet, but we're gonna get there at some point. Probably this weekend, since I will be free this weekend. I think I've seen Shattered Sword. Yep, we're gonna go through it again as well. It's really good, and the quality of the writing is so superior. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see what I mean. A car door opens. Cold air rushes in, carrying with it acrid stench of tobacco. Hey, get out of the car. Oh. I subconsciously reach for the right door, only to find it closed. Let me know if you can hear the music. You're left. The man grunts impatiently. Obediently, I feel my way towards the other side of the car, bent over like a shrimp. Fearing that my head would strike the door frame, I dare not straighten my back till I have taken 2 or 3 steps out of the car. Just saying, come here with a clean head, okay? Don't try to connect anything right now, okay? Pretend like you've never seen any Honkai before. That is the best way to approach this story because it's gonna lay so much more foundation than the original game. Not that I have a choice. What kind of a person puts a black bag over someone's head? Move. The source of the voice grabs my arm and without warning wrenches me forward. He is rather strong. Must be quite burly chap. Thump. The sound of a car door slamming behind me. The sound of a starting engine. A momentary lapse of focus and I slip, falling into the ground like an idiot. You fool, watch where you're going. If only I could actually see where I'm going. The ground feels, thank you, the lucky. Yes. The ground feels sudden and, please no. Okay, yep. And the air wafting from the cold earth saps like a little heat remained inside of my legs, of my trousers. And so I walk, for how long I do not know. My surroundings grow quieter and quieter. I vaguely hear the mournful hooting of owls. It feels... No, they're not planning to dispose of me, right? After all, I'm an important specimen, so they wouldn't dare. Yep, we're doing HONKAI. Yep, it's gonna be a weekly thing, so buckle up for that. How you doing, Drake? Wait. In front of me, it sounds like someone is writing or scribbling on something. You may go back now. Ooh. A female voice, calm to the point of apathy. She doesn't sound very old. Perhaps a secretary or some sort. Yep, weekly, yep. Yes, miss. The big hand latched onto my arm finally releases its grip. I hear flapping sounds of the windbreaker, then the sound of footsteps slowly fading away. Hey yo, look who do we have in here. Let's go. Greenwich means time. Greenwich. Greenwich time. Greenwich. Greenwich time. October 20. 22:57. Thank you for bearing with us, little lab rat. Ah. Before I could even prepare myself, the hood on my head suddenly whisked away with a whoosh. Yes, it is Einstein. So did you enjoy? 2.5 story. Yeah, I finished the story. Yes. We can talk about it later. The drawstring elastic near the mouth of the hood had scraped violently against my nose. Now it stings. Quiet. The messy-haired girl calmly commands me. Follow me? She doesn't even give me the chance to get a proper look at her face. She too knows that I have nowhere else to run. A university campus. Aidamun! This is the HONKAI Impact visual novel. This is the first one. It's fairly old. I think it's around 8 years right now. Yeah, it's either 8 or 7 years old, this visual novel. But you're gonna see the quality in the writing. Just buckle up with this, how about that? It is Einstein. A university campus. Harsh light from the street lamps scatter off the bitumen, casting in eerie shadows. I see pale lightning from a building up ahead, and it reminds me of those terrible experiments. I do, Marty! How's it going, lovely? How's it going? Ah, good to see you too, lovely. Good to see you too, lovely. Let me give you a shout out. Hold on. How you doing, Marty? How you doing, lovely? Here you go. Ah, let's go. Here you go. Give Marty a lot of love as well. One of the best artists out there, I promise you. You're never gonna regret it. And they work on a lot of beautiful projects. As I walk, unable to stop, I begin to imagine myself as that desperate, pathetic figure, fleeing for my life. Fingers chewed raw, claws torn to shreds, hysterical screaming, deliriously waving my hands about, to be eventually shot down with a tranquilizer gun. Or worse, where you shall hear the howls of the desperation. So you can click in here. There's right behind me a small light bulb. And it tells you, it explains a little bit. This is the work of fan-made translation. This is the work of captains that actually enjoyed it. Yes, just drama. Yep. What is this? I don't nip. It is HONKAI. Yep, it's our brand new series. I call it HONKAI Archives, so we don't get in trouble with infringement of Void Archives. And we're gonna be approaching the visual novel, and I'll be uploading them podcast style. The quotation recalled by our protagonist is from Dante's Divine Comedy, Dante's Inferno. This one, where you shall hear the howls of desperation, basically the rings of hell, and see the ancient spirits in their pain, as each of them laments his second death. Don't be afraid. This place is different from the other laboratories. We just started. You're on it. Is Kiana real Kiana? Later on, nip. Later on. This is not gonna appear in here actually. This one is all about anti-entropy. Yes, me. She sees through me, straight to the anxiety within my heart. Imperial Institute, Lab 42. She speaks as if to herself. Welcome home. Home. Sit. The girl points to the sofa in the entrance hall. Tea or coffee? I recommend tea. The air in London is terrible. Oh no. Einstein. She suddenly and solemnly speaks in German. Einstein. 1 stone? Dr. Einstein. I don't know how to say her name. Albert Einstein. She points to herself and then to me. Your name? Omega 1. It's in my files. So far we're gonna be responding and we're gonna be Omega 1 for now. Omega 1 is not a human name. Then I don't have one. How inconvenient. She shakes her head. Even so, I can't do anything about it. After all, WELT. W or V. WELT. W-E-L-T. I feel this name is just right for you. Any name would do. Omega is V. WELT means the world. Indeed, as an outcast of the world, to have such a name would be most amusing. So right now, you just witnessed the birth of the name WELT. Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? Did you just see that? We just witnessed the birth of the name. I'm WELT of the humanity. Yes. Isn't that cool? Omega for V. WELT equal the world. Indeed, as an outcast of the world, to have such a name would be the most amusing. WELT, yeah, WELT, yes. Now then, let's go through your physical checkup, WELT. Okay. Once again, I'll need to put on a lot of electrodes, perhaps a blood draw, or even a bone marrow biopsy. Well, I'm used to it all by now. Okay, so this one is on the medical side. So if you want to approach those, which to show you how painful it is, the blood draw is basically when you put in the needle and you draw in intravenous, right? Through the vein. Or even a bone marrow biopsy. This one is awful. Bone marrow biopsy, it's a very big, thick syringe. They shove it inside of your bone marrow, inside of your bones, and they suck out of it. It's one of the most painful things that any patient goes through. And a lot of leukemia patients go through it. And a lot of people would rather die than actually go through it through that blood marrow biopsy. So this is what he's afraid of. So fucking painful. The needle's actually insanely big and they just shove it like stabbing it inside of you to the bones to get your bone marrow. So that's what he's scared of. And putting a lot of electrodes, basically just sticking him with a lot of, basically a lab rat, torturing him. I'm used to all of this by now. At this point, he's desperate. He's just, he doesn't matter. He doesn't exist. Needles are, they are. No need to get up. Just stay put. Show me your soul. Oh. Soul? Take off your shoes and socks. I need to thoroughly examine your soul. She wants to see his feet. She is a feet seer. Well, what for? It's getting very late. We should finish up and rest soon. Huh? One can precisely and intuitively determine the state of someone's health by looking at their soul. Also, oh shit. Also, where is it? Here we go. Also, the inspection process is rather quick. Where's the slow? Coming up. Just grab a toothbrush and brush you up a bit. That should do it. Wait, you mean we can just calmly waltz off to bed after that? Correct? Your comprehension skills are remarkable. That doesn't make any sense. Indeed. Huh? Seeing WELT so depressed, Dr. Einstein decides she'd tell a joke to lift up his spirit. What the hell's wrong with this doctor? You'll sleep in room 105 over there. The girl points down the corridor to the side. I live upstairs. Oh, good night. You can forget your past identity as a little lab rat. She walks away without a single backward glance. Basically, what's happening in here? He can't believe someone treated him as a human. For the first time, somebody spoke to him as a human. He was always been mistreated. He never saw himself as a human. They always treated him as someone who is not only inferior, but basically means nothing. Yeah, survive or be destroyed. Yep. Okay. We don't know if they're immortal. Well, not yet. We're gonna get there. Yeah, there's no other choice. Exactly. Like, he's so surprised. Here. He's so surprised he can't even believe it. I can calmly waltz to bed, leaving behind a little lab rat rooted to the floor, dumbfounded. Poor, yes, he is in a very desperate situation. You're gonna see him. Well, Joyce. Well, it's not even a hot take. But I like Welt Joyce. I like this Welt more than Welt Yank. You'll see why. It's kind of complicated, but yeah, you'll get to know my way of thinking. Okay, now he's reminiscing. The man now named Welt couldn't understand what just happened. Ever since the day he started forming memories again, nobody else had so casually given him such a baffling degree of freedom. Even though the day he started remembering was not that long ago, it was the same season 3 years ago when he first opened his eyes to the scene of the chaos. Unfamiliar men and women were inspecting him, asking him all sorts of questions, questions that would only ask a lost child. What's your name? Where do you live? What is your nationality? It was a strange feeling. You undoubtedly knew all the answers, yet you could not congeal or solidify those answers in your brain. Congeal, I think. It was as if all the neurons that wove the sea of your memories were fried. I don't know. This was the one response that the young man could muster. He could still remember how to speak. Yet he didn't know whether this was something he should be grateful for. German, English, Russian, Latin, and even Japanese and Chinese. He couldn't remember how he came to understand so many languages. Who am I? He quite naturally retorted so with such a question. We don't know either. The others replied. Then they unleashed a torrent of conversation, though they might as well have been speaking to themselves. Oh my god, how you doing, Ara? How you doing, Silas? Shiskol, our destiny. So Shiskol means destiny. A secret organization with a long history. So now we're getting introduced to Shiskol. Very important. Very important. The true masters of the world. The savers of humanity. HONKAI. The collapse. The one calamity that science has yet to explain completely. Since the dawn of civilization, it has polluted the human world, transforming peaceful creatures into terrifying demons. These monsters are HONKAI beasts, in their alien plastic flesh, striking fear into all of us. Myself, I, who lost my memory, was the sole survivor of a HONKAI event. Its location was Berlin, where it had originated from some multi-storied building. My body. Within this fortunate body of mine hides a great secret. For the sake of saving more people, I must accept their plans for experimentation on my body. It is my only option. 1 month, another month, month after a month. 1 year, another year, a year after a year. The young man, codenamed Omega 1, was taken from one laboratory to another to repeat the exact same thing over and over again. To bear the unbearable, suffer the insufferable. Please cooperate with us. Please consider it for the sake of humanity. These are unavoidable side effects. A flock of lunatic scientists saving humanity and whatnot. It's all just a load of hogwash. Did you just not say that I am a fortunate survivor? Then why do I have to needlessly suffer through such manner of misfortune? The humanity that you repeatedly emphasize. Who are they really? Where is your humanity? There were moments where I really wanted to just die and be done with it. If it wasn't for that chatterbox who kept checking in on me. You're gonna see who the chatterbox. That chatterbox was my first actual love interest in my chaos and descent into the actual madness. 2 Omega. Ooh. A good October to you. Time flies. This world already be my 22nd letter. Last time I had finished telling you the story of the Lady Saint. But before I seek new stories to regale, let us first discuss what is happening around us. I have already heard of the terrible incident in September, and I apologize on their behalf. Well, it just so happens that there's a new laboratory. I anticipate you will be able to transfer to it soon. Whether the circumstances will be more favorable than our previous lab, that I cannot say for certain. Because, from what I hear, the new person in charge is a lady with a rather earnest personality. However, I must inform you from the standpoint of Shisko, all the experiments you've been through have been for the continued survival of certain species on this land, one so-called Homo sapiens. Hence, your continued and necessary suffering. The world will always treat some people unfairly, and this is something... Oh, wait. This is something... Oh, come on. I hate when it cuts like that. This is something... Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Hold on. Unfair in most recent event. Event. No. Homo sapiens. Okay, here we go. It used. Nope. People already. Goddamn. It just cuts like that. Necessary suffering. The world will always treat some people unfairly, and this is something none of us can really change. Wait, isn't Shisko? Yep. Of us can really change. It has already been 3 years since the disaster in Berlin. The city has already begun its reconstruction. The people will slowly forget the horrors of that night. Yeah, we all know that. At this present moment, a sinister power continued to grow and fester within the rift of space-time. It spared you back then, but it did not spare the others. If we are able to truly fathom the logic behind the phenomena, then we, Homo sapiens, will be able to live up to our name and use our sapience to conquer the natural world. Then, no one will ever need to spend another day living in fear or delusion, deceiving themselves and others. Yes, this is the most unfair to you. In fact, the most recent events have been particularly unjust to you. But if only for my sake, I hope you can understand and forgive everything. The fate of all humanity, in certain sense, rests upon your shoulders. P.S. Concerning your background before your memory loss, as far as I know, the relevant department should still be looking into this. But as you may already recognize, it has been more than 3 years since that incident, and the possibility of getting results will only become slimmer with time. But I don't believe the so-called child of Honkai theory. You can't be a Hersher, right? Perhaps the arrival of new technology will bring about some unexpected turnabouts of this whole situation. Who knows? The new laboratory really isn't that bad. In fact, I believe when you get there, you'll be quite willing to cooperate with them. Trust me. Your old pal, Clown Alpha, 1955, October 2nd. Homo sapien, no monkey. No monkey. Huh, that guy. He sounded so casual. So, a couple of things that I want to point out in there. The most important parts that he mentioned, or let's call him the clown. Well, in reality, the clown is not the right term. We're going to use the term the fool. Okay? Because later on, it was corrected in the story, in the game. And it's not the clown. It was the first fool. The fool. So that's where we're going to use the word the fool. Now, they lied, they thought it's a black and white. Yeah, it's an era of black and white. Right. There's more Twitch news regarding bans. Thelma, I'll look at them later on, but let's now focus. Okay? But I'm actually curious, yeah. A couple of things that he focused on. He reminded him again and again that the world is unfair and unjust, and the world is unfair to you. And you are born with no luck. And you are born to be distraught like that. And what we are doing is not something we're going to apologize for, nor we regret. It's going to happen to you. Just remember, though, you happen to be a survivor, and the world is upon your shoulder. So much on his shoulders when he doesn't even know himself. Just a very scary idea. And all of the pain and suffering that he's going through, not a single word to help him. Not a single is going to be okay. Not a single thank you. Not a single nothing. His existence was rendered to absolute nothingness. Not even a lab rat. That guy has sounded so casual. Yeah, I'm sure everyone has their own problems to deal with. After all, he just some anonymous pen pal arranged for me by some anonymous bigwig. But his story about a certain Saint Callan did touch me. I definitely had not planned on paying so much attention to that type of propaganda or political drivel. So that fool spoke to him about the saint The Saint Kellen Kaslana, correct. He kept talking about her. He kept rolling around. Kellen was not a saint to him only. Kellen was his entire religion. Kellen became his obsession. See what I mean? Without Kellen Kaslana, Honkai, the game would not have existed. This is why Kellen became the religion, everything. We're saying the boy that wants cup noodles. I swear to God. So, how do you feel about pineapple pizza? Absolute hatred and disgust. Since when did I start looking forward to this monthly story updates? 105. A musty smelling wood door is carelessly left ajar. This must be the room where the strange girl has allowed me to spend the night. A lifeless linen, curtains, and a walls that seemed more at home at a mortuary. Ooh. Indeed, this is the decor most befitting of a laboratory. Lab rat, basically. Bro, this is giving crazy blonde. Oh, yeah. Oh, it gets even... It gets super... I'm telling you, the writing here is absolutely phenomenal. Huh. There's bread and snacks on this desk. Are they for me to eat? Munch. My God, what's this slice of bread? How can it be so delicious? Remember, at some point, they fed him like not even animal food. This is how much. It was the first time he ever tasted something so good on a piece of bread. This is indescribable aroma of mushrooms. And this bacon just tastes just perfect. There are simply no words to describe this rich and mellow aftertaste. How can it be so delicious? It's great to be alive indeed. Don't forget, it's so cool as well in here. Think about it for a second. If you go back with him describing his time in the laboratory, he said, I just wanted to die and end it all. And now the first thing he thought about when he got into this lab is, it's great to be alive indeed. In a matter of maybe 1 hour, he already felt like he is appreciating life. He already felt like he has a chance. He went from absolute suicidal into a way where, yeah, most favorable lab rat. Count us our day up. There's our red bell. Say good night. So, oh my God, Toma, you fucking doofus. Good night, lovely. I appreciate the look and thanks so much. Munch, 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 munch. And thus, fully satisfied, having indulged in a delicacy of unsurpassed quality, Welt sinks into a deep slumber. The next day, getting hot. Take off your coat. I swear, you fuck right up. Oh yeah, you want to take. Hey. There was a heavy rainstorm in the middle of the night. Opening the windows, one can sense the air is especially fresh and clean, leading one to doubt that this place could have ever been to the birthplace of an industrial revolution. Right now we are in England. Not far from here, perched on the tree branches, are several sparrows chirping constantly, having a lively discussion about the sun as it rises above the horizon. At the first glimmer of dawn, a butterfly emerges from some dark crevice, languidly crawling across the window frame. Hey! The butterfly beats its wing twice, then disappears into the azure sky. As the sunshine pierces the tree leaves and thickens to spill upon his body, the young man can feel the hard lump within his heart begin to thaw and dissolve. I'm about to cry already. His cold heart, the heart he had to freeze. He had to strip all of his emotion away. The cold lump. His heart is now beginning to warm up. You see what I mean by great writing? Hey! What an incredible evening. What an incredible morning. How long has it been since I experienced such a peaceful tranquility? Whether it would be wind or rain, the song of birds or the buzzing drones of flying insects. At this very moment, even if there were some loud commotion, it won't matter too much. Yeah. Oi! I'm speaking to you! The young man felt a heavy blow strike to the back of his head. Abuse! By the way, just letting you guys know, Tesla abuses the living shit out of him, okay? And now and now it's oh so dark. Are you doing, Evie? How's it going? I was thinking about your cat. Ow! What the fuck does that mean? I'm gonna kick your ass, Evie. How's it going? How you doing, lovely? Why have the sparrows flown to the top of my head? And why are they now doing circles around it? Really? Are you deaf? I've called you several times already. You're lucky that I had the good will to pry the door open and charge in. The assailant, red-haired girl with the twin ponytails, fiercely scolds the young man who had fallen and now seated on the ground, staring at the birds above his head. She also happens to be wearing a white lab coat. You are... Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Welt. Hey, let's go! I present to you Welt, everyone! Now you know. Crevice, Adip, I'm gonna kick your ass. Evie, behave! I'm gonna kick your ass. How you doing, Evie? Huh? No, introduce me. She reaches the mid-sentence. The eyes of the twin-tailed girl wander and fall upon an empty plate. She isn't sensitive. Quietly sits on the only desk in the room. Twin Tails closes her eyes. With an utmost concentration, she brings her nose towards it and sniffs. You didn't eat something made of truffles, did you? Truffles? The plate was originally filled with bread slices mixed with some kind of mushroom. Is this truffle you speak of some kind of a mushroom? She's about to kill him. The twin-tailed redhead rolls her eyes and almost faints. Some kind of mushroom? You're telling me that truffles are merely some kind of fucking mushrooms? Damn it. Doesn't that mophead idiot think so too? Huh? She has just discovered that, despite the empty plate, there are several other knickknacks of a suspicious nature sitting on the desk. Comfy. Atomic fireball, dark chocolate. How can one mix truffles together with such cheap, inferior snacks? As she examines the sweet, she begins unwrapping and tossing them into her mouth. That is, until she noticed something in the corner of the room. Oh, what is this? A welcome card? It turns out that the greeting cards are indeed inedible. Ugh! The young man by the window suddenly screams in delirium. Huh? What trick are you pulling this time? The young man shouts incoherently, as if he has given up all senses of dignity. Yes, it is a redhead. She's adorable. Listen, Tesla is adorable. You're about to meet Edison as well. Tried it, it's good. Oh, truffles? Never tried it before. Before long, he is clasping his head in surrender, pulling himself into the shape of a ball. He got traumatized. The man is so traumatized, he actually went and curled in. The young man seems to have understood something. May I open and take a look? The redhead, as silent, changes her tone, speaking of it as if she was an actor in a radio drama. Caught in a trance, the young man sees the illusion of a candle and a whip appear before him. To the most respectable Mr. Omega-1, greetings. Because I do not know your name, I'll address you as such for now. And for this, I am truly sorry. Why have you never been this polite with me? The manner of her comment is reminiscent of a jealous father-in-law. From today onwards, you are a member of the Imperial Institute, Lab 42. Of course, our laboratory has nothing to do with the British government, but is instead an independent organization under the direct authority of Shiskel headquarters. Unlike other laboratories equipped with heavy psychochemical facilities, we are a research institute based on Galileo's theory, analysis, and Turing machine simulation, so it will not have much of a visible impact on your life or well-being. Hef, Omega-1, what is she written here? Do you understand? What you may not know is that I have been paying close attention to you since the disaster 3 years ago, the Berlin incident. You as a specimen, you as a life, you as a human being. In a sense, your existence has already left me an inedible mark on my life. Ah! The red-haired, silent, suddenly loses all her composure, wildly waving a clenched fist in the air. Damn it! Despicable! Bloody despicable! This is mostly certainly intentional harassment. I bet she absolutely intended for me to read this. You! She points with the two fingers and glares contemptuously at the young man huddled on the floor. Yes? Are you also familiar with this kind of saucy wordplay? Here, besides a research lifestyle, there can be no other hidden motives, okay? Huh? Of course, no matter what it sounds like, yesterday was my first time meeting her. The poor young man, now with his face completely flushed, seemed to even less persuasive. The glare of the twin-tailed girl is so terrifying, it is as though her eyes could fire death lasers at any moment. Among us, very sussy stuff. Hold on, I need the water. Damn, this is picking up good. As though, yes. The way you read it out, I felt very humiliated. The young man dares not to make eye contact with her, hugging his head as he pours more fuel on the fire with his poor choice of words. This isn't the start of the game, is it? No, it's actually the visual novel. It's anti-entropy visual novel. It's so good. It lays off all of the foundation. This is almost 7 or 8 years old. But the writing! Oh, come here and enjoy it. The girl takes a moment to glare at the young man with a look of one gazing upon garbage before closing her eyes. Forget it. I'll let this one slide for now. But if I ever find you harboring my impure intention, this lady here will be the first to castrate you. The best part, castration. Wow, so nice. Endearing indeed. We love castration, of course. Start of the video. Yes, here we go. Yep. A in the start. I don't remember start. Really? Yeah, no, this is the start of the visual novel. Come here. It's the anti-entropy visual novel. I know, right? Continues. I know the people you have just met may not be particularly convincing, but please believe in this. It is here that you will build a brand new life of yourself. In a gourmet dining we trust. Dear Einstein, Dr. Einstein, 1955, October 20. Let's go. After grudgingly reading through the final details on the card, the disgruntled twin-tail girl finally remembers something. Yes. By the way, you don't recognize who I am, do you? With hesitation and fear, the young man nodded. Let me introduce myself. Nikola Tesla. You can just call me Tesla. Simply put, all you need to know is that I am also one of the directors in this lab. Those mushrooms you ate, they were my private property, and they were very dear to me. Do you understand? She angrily seizes the young man's shirt. Let's go. There are already people living in the living room. People? I mean that gourmet food thief. Who else? Ah! Look at that. Aren't they just so adorable? Aren't they just so perfect? Why would you just eat random mushrooms you found? Cause fuck it, why not? Isn't that what Alice in Wonderland did? And here we go. She ended up on shrooms and LSD and she had the best trip of her life. No pun intended. Oh yeah, they are canon. Oh yeah, everything that is happening in here, this is canon. All of this is canon. All of this is literally the beginning, yes. Good morning, Dr. Tesla. How was today's breakfast? Yeah. You know, did the Emperor? With the grippy socks. Let's go. Good morning, Einstein. Tugging at WELTS' collar, twin-tail pouts and tuts disapprovingly. You vile bitch. How can you pretend everything's fine? Oh yeah, there's profanity in here. It seems that the sausage, quiche, suits your appetite. That is most wonderful indeed. Despite being rudely berated, the girl with the mop head shaped, Einstein, hair continues to recline peacefully on the sofa and with an air of indifference bite into a pastry sandwich. Well, after all, it's filled with grace and packed with energy. Hey, don't change the fucking subject.
Welcome, Dr. Joseph.
You are rather lively today, Dr. Tesla. Misha, she does look like Misha. Okay, convince me. I'm gonna re-download. Hey, let's go, Joseph. If it wasn't for you, you treacherous thief. Huh. Thief? Dr. Einstein doesn't quite understand what Dr. Tesla is talking about. Yeah, no, Dr. Einstein is a girl, yes. Don't you play dumb. The bag of truffles? It was you who took it from my room without my permission, wasn't it? Mophead immediately begins wagging her index finger back and forth, as though she had already anticipated her response. Dr. Einstein would like to give a friendly reminder. Even if Dr. Tesla enjoys traveling to Trace for vacation, it does not mean that the bag of mushrooms is Dr. Tesla's personal property. Let's click on this. No. Trace it. By the way, those are notes left by the translators. So that's what we are opening. And those notes are full of great amount of information. So much amazing stuff. Oh my god, I'm so tempted to buy quiche at the store this morning. You should have. Oh my god, it was your sign. It was literally your sign. I've never had quiche actually. I don't know what it is. Too hungry to cook in the oven. Damn. Barry, haven't seen Tesla and Einstein without pants. Oh, you will. Oh, psh. I'm not gonna. I'm literally not gonna. Yes, I'm not gonna spoil it. But you're gonna see it. You're gonna have your own time where he tends to see people naked. I'm not gonna spoil. Therese is a port city on the border between Italy and Slovenia. It was once prosperous as a major port of Austro-Hungarian Empire. By the way, all of those are real lore, like are real life facts. So what you're reading is real life facts, history stuff. The Friuli region of which it belongs is one of the major producers of truffles. The city is also home of the International Center of Theoretical Physics. Tesla is Croatian American, and Trieste has a similar climate to her homeland. Dr. Tesla, basically. Huh, nice. You say what? I got those truffles after much blood, sweat, and tears. Are you mistaken? Also, truffles are not mushrooms. You call them that a slight on their honor. Ugh. Burgundy Mophead lets out a long sigh. The truffles were purchased with laboratory funds. Naturally, they became public property. Any other questions? It's called a loan. I'll pay it back next time when I have money. Make no mistake. If Dr. Tesla continues to persist with her false claims, Dr. Einstein will have no choice but report this embezzlement of public funds to the headquarters. Just straight up, just regular threatening. Just blackmailing. It's your average Friday. You can think of quiche as a scrambled egg omelette pie with filling of your choice. I literally can't even imagine an omelette pie with a crust, like an apple pie with omelette. What the fuck? The corner of Tesla's mouth twitches a few times before she finally chooses to change the subject. This guy locked himself in the bedroom and just sat there in a daze. Made me think he was going to commit suicide. Who's thinking of committing suicide? Who? Do you know how many times I knocked on the door? Huh? Not to mention, you have a history of depression. Sorry, for a moment I was just daydreaming. Forgive him, Dr. Tesla, you're being too anxious. Einstein licks the salt granules from her fingertips. Cheh, you two have this call and response thing going on. Don't tell me you're long-lost lovers. Actually, she's hinting at something. Twin Tail borrows brow furrows into a shape of a mountain. Dr. Einstein would never find such a pathetic boyfriend. The worst she can say is no. Has a filling, meat, and veggies. What a wild stuff it is. I've never seen it. Wow. That is incorrect. How am I pathetic? You surrendered yourself to despair. The unemployed are inclined to abandon themselves in despair. With a puff, Mophead stands up from her sofa nest. So we have decided to give you a job. A job? Lab assistant. Assistant? Basically, you're no longer a little lab rat. You are our new companion. Let us rejoice. Twin Tail speaks with the solemn monotone of one reciting scripture. Yes, this is HONKAI. In fact, this is our new programming. It's gonna happen once every week. We're gonna go through at least 3 chapters, and those are gonna be uploaded to YouTube, and you can listen to them anytime you want. So I'm like with a pie crust. Evie, you're incredible. The human brain is really a dangerous place. How can they make up something insane? Dr. Tesla, we need to tell him exactly what he is doing. His specific responsibilities. How to put it simply? To serve us and keep us happy. Huh? For example, serve us tea and water, cook our meals, do our laundry. If there's nothing left to do, scrub the floors, brush the toilets. They got themselves an what's it called, a house husband. They literally just got themselves a house husband. They were like, oh, there's a lab rat. Let's make him a house husband. Ahem. Mophead clears her throat in a deliberate manner. I'm joking! With a dull, simple, pretty toy boy like you, even if you had wanted to be our servant, we would never accept. Basically, he is gonna be their toy boy. Yes, WELTS' new job is Tesla and Einstein toy boy, basically. And he's handsome. So that's why in the lore, he is very handsome. Ahem! Mophead clears her throat, this time more loudly. Okay, I'll explain it properly. Obviously, I'm normally not this long-winded. Out of nowhere, Twintail whisks out a pair of red-framed glasses and reluctantly puts on. Uh-huh. Listen well, toy boy. Generally speaking, the role of a lab assistant is to assist in the experiment, obviously. Unfortunately, you are clearly lacking this capability, aren't you? You, Stella the Putt. You fucker, I'm not a furry. The young man nods. However, we believe you can improve your work efficiency. Not only that, but you will also do yourself some good. The young man tilts his head, looking somewhat lost and vacant. Your job is to plan our days off work, arrange our leisure and entertainment, save us from working so hard on 4-hour vacation, only to have to waste more brain power deciding on our entertainment. Of course, you may also participate in said activities. Doesn't sound too bad now, does it? Is there anything I haven't explained clearly? Again, to put it simply in terms, your job is to take us out and have fun. They're toy boy. They just bought themselves a good toy. But don't disturb us during our work hours. Go idle by yourself in the library or just for a casual stroll around the place. Have you ever seen an in-house husband? That's what it is. See what I mean? See what I mean? Man, he's having it. But don't go strolling so far to make this organization think you're going to escape. We don't want to have to deal with those plaincloth coppers. Oi! Is it okay or not? If you don't agree, we can always send you back, alright? Hey, you stupid? Burdingly, whatever. The girl with the red-rimmed spectacles waves her hand in front of the young man's eyes. Dr. Einstein believes that WELTS is simply going through a state of shock and astonishment at the news. Man, he's having a fucking blast and a half. You just wait and see it. Wait, hold on. Where's my water? I might need to recharge water. At the end of this chapter, I'll just go in and fill up my water, pretty darn fast. Let me see. Yeah, I don't have much water. Okay, yeah. Laser! I don't know how to say her name. I'm gonna call her Lise. Lessie? I'm gonna call her Lessie. Are you some troll from the Lord of the Rings? Stop using Dr. This or Dr. That to address us. It's getting very annoying. Okay, let's see what they got for us. Let's see what the translator got us as a note. J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings was first published in the United Kingdom on July 29 of 1954 in the form of its first volume, The Fellowship of the Ring. Let's just go right, yep. Tolkien had planned to compile The Lord of the Rings into a single volume of publication, but the idea could not be realized because of the post-war shortage in the material and paper. The more you know. Wait, who's Welt? Is this little boy toy? Is it this little boy toy? How you doing, Curtin? How's it going? Yo, what's it? Why you changed your name? What the fuck are you using? Hi. How you doing? Yes, let's go. How you doing? How's it going? Yes, he is. So, in the lore, he is very handsome. And, Welt. He's very handsome. He's cute. He's very fragile. And at the same time, he's really sincere and nice. and they wanted him to be their boy toy. Basically, they are sharing a boyfriend. Well, Joyce is tough under girls, but yes, that's why I like him. I'm telling you, I am biased to Well Joyce from Well Yang just because he's perfectly my type. Hey, Liz, don't tell me that's the name you gave him. They even gave him a name. Wait, was it me you were referring as little boy toy? Look at him, look at him. Okay, first chapter. Let me fill up some water. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. Back. How did you know? Did you get notified? Nope, but it's because of what's shaken. I have an eye for everything. Okay, let's continue. New chapter. This is chapter 2. The Imperial Institute. Oh my god, we already got a note from the translator. Note, the Imperial Institute is located in Kingston, London. It was founded by Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom in 1888 and became one of the founding members of the Imperial College, London in 1907. Translator note, this is not accurate. The Imperial Institute remained a separate institution from the Imperial College, although the college now occupies the spot where the institute once stood. In 1958, the Imperial Institute was renamed the Commonwealth Institute, and the campus was rebuilt elsewhere. The original building, only the iconic Queen's Tower was retained. That is cool stuff! How you doing, Club? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. How you doing, lovely? Nice. Having been driven out of the house by that violent redhead girl, the pitiful man now wanders aimlessly around the college with close of 70 years of history. Which is kind of cool that they are using to believe that. Wait, who's that? What do you mean? What are you talking about? How you doing, Club? Which it's kind of cool that they are utilizing real life worlds and stuff like that. Myoyo from the very beginning, they really wanted to use real life places. The problem is, it brought them some kind of political issues. And later on, they decided that using fictional worlds and using fictional characters and not connecting them to real life is the right way to go. And that's why in Genshin, they wanted the approach of realism, where they wanted to refer and rely on real life cultures and everything, but it kind of backfired. Yeah, this is Honkai Impact. Yep. We're doing the anti-entropy visual novel. Yep. So what the heck is going on? Oh my god, Clev, what the heck? Okay. Hurry up and get out and get used to your surroundings. Don't you dare come back before noon. He can't fathom why, but even though she is also a member of Shiskel, the feeling of being so cruelly treated by this girl, it doesn't seem that unpleasant to him. Ah, he's a masochist. The more I read, this is probably the 3rd or the 4th time I read this. It never gets old. My love for Well Joyce, my love for Subby Man, it only gets stronger and stronger. Beltaingo, yes! I swear. Wait, Clov, what's going on with you? Chill, bro.
Welcome,
Hi, how you doing, son? How's it going? You doing? Welcome.
Welcome, Senjuan.
Phew, even now I'm having such a mixed thoughts. Okay, Imperial Institute. In this institute, there are not only low-rise detached buildings like Lab 42, but also several tall towering buildings with mottled peeling walls. Close by, the pastel green dome of the Queen's Tower is covered with dust and rainwater trails, producing an inexplicably ugly color luster, as if it is as if each on such uncommonly clear day, it felt the need to mock and remind people of irksome air pollution that occurs every other weekend. Yes, no, that is not. Yeah, that is Weld Joyce. Yes. He is. Oh my God, he's such a subby master. I love him so much. I'm telling you, by the time we finish with this, Weld Joyce is gonna become such an. Oh God, oh, I'm not gonna spoil it. Let it build, so I don't sound like I'm biased. Well, I'm biased. Having been accustomed to the spotless environs of the high-end research lab, the young man named Welt feels oddly comforted by what could be considered the landmark equivalent of a washed-up celebrity. I can't believe that the sense of humanity can actually be this incredible. Imagine, oh my God, imagine being comforted by the pollution. Imagine being comforted by seeing the destruction, or seeing like the fingerprints of humanity. That is such a weird feeling, even understanding it. We have Mobius, Einstein, and Tesla. Nah. Yeah, Mobius and Oppenheimer together, that sounds about right. Man, Heisenberg can go. I have my own problem with Heisenberg. Not today, later. Although there's no personal freedom in the absolute sense, at least this omnipresent and omnipotent organization has chosen to loosen up for a moment. Remember that word, omnipresent and omnipotent. It will play again and again and again. In that exact same sentence, we hear it in the Hersher of Rebirth arc. The one that came out right before Mars arc, right before Honkai Impact Part 2. We still hear this term 6 years later. We hear the same sentence happening 6 years later. Well, maybe. Autumn is slowly setting in, and the sun makes a futile attempt to imbue some warmth into the cooling, wind-swept earth. Which is so cool, because a lot of people, one of the biggest criticism that ever happened with Honkai Impact during the years is that a lot of people said they lowered the quality of their writing. In reality, I think they modernize it. I think they went from a novel writing into more of a game writing. They got accustomed to the more chillax, less complicated writing. They still wanted to implement a lot of science in it, but the problem is it really clashed with this era of gaming. So, did you remember to watch the club? Oh, shit. Oh, we can watch it at the very end. Oh my God, I forgot about it. Nobody remind me. I have it, but no, I forgot about it before we started it. Yeah, less complication is good, which is true to a certain degree. But for people who got used to this, they felt that the quality of writing lowered down, and it started becoming more in the mainstream, or started more to appeal to younger audience, which is not a bad thing. They got accustomed to the world. They go as the world goes, and that's where we appreciate Zone Zero. A brand new developer team, a young ones, up to the generation, and are able to keep this life going. But some people still treasure this. And I'm one of the people who still treasure this. So you see what I mean? Leaning on a marble railing beside a footpath, Weld vigorously pats his cheeks. Better think up something more positive. Also, don't forget, this is fan translation. So the person who translated this as well, they have a certain degree of literature, of English literature and Chinese literature. This is not officially translated. Nah, forget. If you forget, I'm gonna kick your ass. Thank you, Jester. How you doing? Take a deep breath. Look how beautiful the world is. Remember the meaning of his name. Always keep remembering the meaning of his name. And why was he named like that? And who named him? This will be repetitive. This is gonna be a repetitive theme all throughout the visual novel in here. To the north of the Institute is a large expanse of lush and verdant woodland. They say it's the famous Hyde Park and Kingston Garden, but that will probably be of no interest to that particular pair of lady geniuses. For those elites in their ivory tower, I fear that the only method of relaxation that comes to mind is to lean against the garden bench, close one's eye, and relax. It's not creative enough. Even leaving Einstein aside, Tesla will definitely be bored out of her mind. Tesla has such a ADHD. Oh my god, Stylist, thanks so much for the gifts of you bagadoofus. Holy shit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god, thanks so much.
Welcome, Sound Teller.
Oh my god, may you the beauty of this world. Oh, by the way,
Thanks for the sub and a geek
for
one.
people who are on, who've seen my Discord, oh my god, Jester, did you do it on purpose? Did you actually do it on purpose? Let me show you. Ah, shit, not here. I almost doxed myself. What the fuck? Let me see. Oh, come on, it doesn't show. God damn it. You can't see it. But, this is my bio. My bio on my, Discord. It is this. May you the beauty of this world always shine. It's never changed. Because it used to be protect all that's beautiful in the world. You know, the Kaslana oath. And it changed to the couple afterwards. And it never changed. The gen wasn't here today. Oh no, the gen actually, the gen is kind of busy. Yeah, it's okay. You also have to consider, that HONKAI Impact English translation aren't always the best either. That is true, Evie, and I agree with you a lot. And that's where I think I appreciate the fan translation. You could see that Mihoyo and HONKAI Impact was able to bring in a lot of cultured and intelligent people. You know, I met incredible people. I met one of the most incredible humans in I would ever be friends with through this game. I'm not even joking. Listen, not a lot of people know about No Truth, but he is one of my mods. But if you know about No Truth, you'll be like, there's no way the chances of meeting a human like No Truth is 1 in a million. Imagine. And I don't want to dox him. I don't want to say anything about No Truth. I think if he's comfortable, he should say. But it is such an insane coincidences that No Truth and a lot of other people I got to meet through this game. So it brought in a certain amount of people around it. It reflects, the community reflects the game, it reflects the streamer, it reflects the content creator. It's truly impressive. London should have no shortage of fun things to do. With this thought in mind, Well decides to go to the library and try his luck. Obviously, I'm using No Truth as an example, by the way. I know there's a lot of incredible people, even right now in the stream and everywhere. I believe there's a lot of incredible people, and I appreciate it. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But I think that is the beauty of HONKAI Impact in general. Not like that, but I was describing to oh my god, imagine if tax returns had oh god damn, don't even Starless, just don't give me nightmares. Some people are really fortunate to meet great friends. That is true. I agree. There's an incredible person on screen right now. What? Shut up, get out of here, Jester. Shut up. Argentina's secret, like, oh my god, I would be dying for that one. With this thought in mind, Will decides to go to the library to try his luck and see if there's any information available there. Of course, he cannot know that in the future there will be something more convenient, like, wait, hold on. Something more convenient. Here we go. Like the internet. So you never knew about the internet. If Himiko and Kaslana. By the way, Himiko is amazing. You know, smart. The way it took you a second to realize. You. Okay, I swear, I had a kid. No, wouldn't want to imagine it. It's not on screen. Exactly, I agree. Hello. Keep an eye on this guy. You see this nerd? You see this librarian nerd? You're gonna love him. Hello? The librarian is fearlessly dressed man, wearing a striped sleeved shirt and a gold-trimmed glasses. A blonde man in his 30s. He opens the conversation with a strange foreign accent. Hello? Sir, may I ask you, do you want to borrow some books? Welt feels like he can't quite handle the weird man with his weird accent. That young sir, yes. Excuse me, are there any books on travel or travel guides here? Travel guides? It's the kind of book that introduces you to the interesting places in London. That does not really ring any bells. Mr. Goldtrim Glasses regrettably throws up his hands. Would you like to go directly to the newspaper reading room for Luke? I'm very sorry, but books like the travel guides and yellow pages. Our library really doesn't have any of those. Or perhaps it is better to say those completely beyond our hunting range. Mr. Goldtrim's spectacles put on a fake smile mixed with a pained expression, leaving Welt to feel that he himself is the weird one now. He says, absolute cinema. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I swear. I'm not a yawn. I'm gonna kick your ass. How you doing, Evie? Yes. I wasn't really expecting much. May I ask, where's the newspaper reading room? If I explain to you directly, you may not get it. Better come with me. Thanks, I'm sorry to inconvenience you. This guy, although he seems a bit pretentious, he doesn't seem like a good person after all. He does seem like a good person after all. Hold up. Mr. Goldtrim, okay, I'm not gonna repeat it too much, but you know, spectacles, is about to lead the way when he suddenly stops as if he remembers something. May I ask you, do you have a library borrowing card? What is it? Sorry, I don't have a library card. I'm not a furry. Oh, that may complicate things a little. I'm a new assistant of Lab 42, so... What? Lab 42? That's right. Well, doesn't quite understand why Mr. Gold Glasses, I'm gonna call him Glasses, has suddenly become so serious. Whoopsie daisies! Well, Dr. Einstein, the old geezer, is she keeping well these days? Wow, told ya. You? Old geezer? What? Are you saying, how can the doctor be an old man? Oh, he used he on purpose, what the fuck? The words old geezer are now startling to Welt that his jaw almost are so startling. Fuck, I can't even read at this point. That his jaw almost falls off. My apologies. Recently have been scams going on around the school, so we need to stay vigilant. I'm really sorry, but to have deliberately put you through a test just now. Oh, he tested him to see if actually, like, you know, he knows Einstein or not. Dr. Einstein had specifically ordered me to, but at the times she didn't have your photo, so... Mr. Gold Glasses shrugs his shoulder, while he continued to smile in his usual manner. To be honest, this method of testing people was really her own suggestion. No problem. I'll get your research assistant's library card right away. You may borrow whatever book you want. Mr. Gold Glasses nudges his namesake further up the bridge of his nose, while he continues to smile in his usual manner. Man, it's those Finnish people. He's from Finland. So, this man is from Finland. He's Finnish. Okay? 10 times is too serious. Sorry, the Times. I guess the newspaper, the Times, is too serious. The Financial Times, completely unsuited for his purpose. But it is within the pages of down-market tabloids like the Daily Herald and the Daily Mirror. By the way, those are all real newspapers. And the Daily Mirror, that he finds some items of interest. At noon, Welt returns from the newspaper room, reviewing his notes in one hand while consulting a borrowed street directory in the other. The British Museum, Great Russell Street, finish him! This is gonna age like fine milk. The National Gallery, Trafalgar Square, the Theater District, Casino, and Chinatown. Leicester, I don't know how to say it, Square. Starting with tourist attraction should get me at least a passing score, right? After our tour, I can also invite them to dine at the proper restaurant, those staff meals. Delivered to this institute on weekends don't taste that great, so I should use this opportunity to improve on that. Although local British cuisine is nothing to brag about besides their seafood, dishes of France, Italy, Turkey, India, and other countries are easy to find and eat. If we go to Chinatown, we also have the choice of Chinese food. Although I'm penniless, since this is my job, it should be okay for me to be reimbursed, right? And thus, Welt drifts into a state of deep thought, and before long, he has unknowingly returned to the small courtyard of Lab 42. The detached lab is a work villa built during the post-war period, so it sports an avant-garde design integrating both work and living requirements. The ground floor houses a study, workshop, guest room, various kitchen, and a bathroom facilities, and an even secret warehouse secured with a vault door. The top floor is a residential area where men are forbidden to enter. You know, it's the girls' bedrooms. Well, it's not particularly clear what the area looks like. Pink curtains, cream-colored furniture, a room full of sweet and plush toys. Can I say that? There's something so endearing about this. There's just something so endearing about this. Like, he was like, the way he imagined Tesla and Einstein is like, you know, pink curtains, cream-colored furniture, a room full of sweet and plush toys. He's like, you fucker. It is just so sweet. You can see how sincere, like, you can see how, I wouldn't say simple, but you can see how, like, I wouldn't say either childish. He's just so soft. I don't know how to say it. He's just so squishy and soft and warm. I don't know. It's like a small little plushie, he himself. No. No matter what, a researcher's room can never be that decor. Indeed, their private laboratory appears to be on the same floor. We lost Stella's mind. You fucker, no. I am wondering how I can steal Welt Joyce. How can I bring him back the same way Otto did? I can never be... Okay, yep. Okay. Let's go see. I'm home. Gently opening the villa door, the young man politely greets an empty living room. Oh, just saying, there's gonna be a lot of sussy scenes. Buckle up. He has maintained this odd habit for as long as he would recall, so much that the Shiskel had seriously investigated the possibility of him being Japanese. Oh, of him saying like Tadaima and stuff like that. Well, you came back at the right time. I don't mind. Oh, you're gonna love it. It's actually so funny. It's actually so funny. Huh? Unexpectedly, from an overlooked corner behind the living room, the girl with the mop head emerges into the closing a book. Did I scare you? No, you didn't. That's good then. How has your information gathering been going? Not bad. London really does have many places of interest. Mophead's expression is cold, and she doesn't seem particularly satisfied with the young man's response. So, what's for lunch today? And with this understatement, she casually tosses out a rather universal and time-honored dilemma. Huh? For lunch, I want to have something interesting nearby. Any tips? Ugh. This morning, he had been preoccupied with just a literature search. They had not conducted any on-site field visits. The young man breaks out in a cold sweat. As a newcomer to this place, how could he possibly figure out what the restaurants are worth visiting? Can't answer. I see. The girl confirms with a blank expression. Embarrassed, the young man shakes his head. Aw, that's so fucking sweet. Lunch, your treat. With such an indifference, the girl casually mets out her punishment. I've made a mistake. The young man bows his head, feeling despotent, feeling himself to be very useless. At this moment, not to mention how, but it is as though she had expected him to pluck stars from the sky on her behalf. No, he'll only be cheated out of this month's allowance, that's all. Huh? What? Am I not just setting you up to fail and get scammed? How could you even have the time to do a pass over the entire Kingston district? The girl gently mocks and pities the fool who had just been target of her own teasing. She loves teasing him. She loves teasing him. Me too. Nothing's cuter than teasing a cute little nerd. That is the most I enjoy in the life. Today we shall have pasta. While speaking to herself, she takes off her white coat and throws onto the sofa. She felt bad. No, it's not only bad. She's teasing him. She's gonna be the love interest.
Welcome.
Nope, not GCZ. We're doing the anti-entropy visual novel. That is like the birth of Honkai Impact. That is the birth of Hoyoverse. That is the birth of the Honkai verse, you know, Honkai universe. Are you doing yes or no? We just started. This is the second chapter. Tesla is still sleeping in, and we need not to worry. We just introduced WELTS. So we just introduced WELTS right now. We just introduced how he was named, who named him, and stuff like that. And we need to not worry about her. It is normal for her to the type to be awake or asleep at any time. There are snacks in the fridge. We also have a microwave oven. No problem. In this rare instance, the young girl blurts out everything she needs to say in a single breath. Ooh, I skipped that one. Single breath. Shoot. Sometimes I click so much. Oh, here we go. With one hand, she picks up the purse, and with the other, she pulls the doorknob. The doorknob? No matter. Today is your first day. Please do not think I'd be easily angered. She's rizzing him. That way gives birth. Fuck yeah, I breed him. I have to be rather delicate. Like, listen, when we are streaming Honkai, I have to be just a little bit, you know, restrained. Just a tad bit restrained, okay? We have to be restrained. This stuff, I'm gonna upload it to Mihoyo. I'm gonna send it to Mihoyo. She takes out a key and begins to lock up the front door. We're gonna reflect a good community. This is the V&A Museum. This is the Holy Trinity Church. With her messy, swaying hair and an expression, I don't have enough to pull for Ash. I feel that though. I went 120 pull on Ella. And an expressionless demure. Oh my, no, demeanor. Fuck. Demure is stuck in my brain. The young lady continues her guided tour alongside the young man. Those not familiar with the situation would probably mistake them for a pair of long-lost siblings. Somewhat estranged. This is a good time to redeem a new emote. You want to do that tomorrow, Bravo? Because not during this. Yep, you're fine. But maybe tomorrow? I'm fine with that. Tomorrow we're playing Genshin. The A is an initial for Albert, from my own name. Huh? Fooled you. I guess I didn't really fool you. Huh? Why does he always look so confused? Forget it. It's just a silly coincidence. Let's see our translator's note. No. Prince Consort Albert, full name Francis Albert Augustus Charles Emuel, was the Queen Victoria's husband. What is wrong with their very long names? Thank you, the Larry. Thank you, the Culpywari. Lear is she the main character? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. If blue-haired characters are main characters, then goddamn it, you're right and wrong at the same time. I'll play the fifth. Okay. The VA, Victoria and Albert Museum, was named after the royal couple in England. There's a series of landmarks and institutions named after Albert. They were all established by the Queen to commemorate Prince Albert after he had passed away. Nah, it's like Albert Einstein, you get it? It's literally the shortest royal name. God damn it, I have no idea. They have very long names, so they just get to know, oh, how related they are to the least amount of crossbreeding. This shouldn't have been as funny. This cracked me up. You caught me by surprise. Oh my god. Hasn't the same conversation been repeated several times already? From the Royal College of Music, the Prince's Garden, and the Science Museum to the Natural History Museum. Oh god. She wouldn't be finding this all that enjoyable, would she? It seems like it's all already been half a year since I've taken such a long walk. The girl lazily stretches and speaks without looking back. Nah, let's break chin. What the fuck is this? Work has been rather busy of late. The young man does some quick mental estimates and realizes that the pair had only walked for a little over a kilometer. What's a kilometer? Yes. Every day I work roughly 3 to 4 hours. The young woman does an even lazier yawn than before. But isn't that just half a day of work? So clearly you don't understand what I mean. Oh shit. It is possible that when it comes to a brain-taxing occupation such as a scientist, working 4 hours is already tiring enough. Which is true. You use an insane amount of brain power. An insane amount. And that is why even in the medical industry in general, there's a lot of turnover rate. A lot of times people mistake labor work is hard. Not gonna lie. But when you have to use your mind, your sanity declines. Your sanity, your body, everything declines since all of your hormones are very much direct connection to your brain. So it's very interesting. I lost 25 watch streaks. I lost power for. God damn! What are you? Oh, yes or no? Stop. Pull tomorrow. Maybe the bad luck will wash away. That is pretty cool. You wonder I go crazy every time I see an assignment. That is true, and even scientifically speaking, you tend to burn way more calories doing mental work than actually doing physical. Fun fact, because a lot of times your physical work and labor will turn into muscles to some kind of degree and a bone weight. But with the brain, you're only utilizing a lot of calories, but they are not turning into anything. You're just burning them. So that's why you feel a lot more fatigue. Yes. But in the previous labs, those people were undoubtedly working day and night, weren't they? Here we are. While the young man is mulling over his confusion, the rough mess of hair beside him comes to an abrupt stop. Cafe Concerto. Didn't we say we were going to have pasta? Well, here's an Italian restaurant. The girl points to the tiny blackboard at the entrance of the restaurant. The names of the dishes are indeed Italian. Huh. But what is an Italian restaurant doing with such a name? I mean, concerto is an Italian, right? Italiano. The decorative artwork, bottles of champagne, shelves of dessert. Despite bearing a common name like Cafe Concerto, the place does indeed look like it's part of an Italian restaurant. The young man and the young lady sit down at the table. The interior feels pleasantly warm, so the pair immediately takes off their coats. Ha! Look at him! She's having a field trip with him. She's having a fucking field trip with him. I just love their dynamics. The more and more you're gonna love their dynamics. After we finish this, I'm gonna say one sentence that Einstein said at the moon arc, the finality arc, and when they are on the moon. There's one sentence that will break your heart. It broke my heart. It broke me to tears later on. An Italian restaurant have champagne? Fuck it, why not? It's never too late to drink anything. Look at me. I chuck soju like it's my actual job. I rather fancy that strawberry cake. Just that one. That'll be enough. I'll have... Wait, didn't you say you wanted to eat pasta? That was just a figure of speech. But... I just felt like having cake all of a sudden. The waiter is looking for you. Oh, I'll have this baked snail. What the fuck? And I'll also have the seafood stew pasta. That's all. The waiter walks away, satisfied with the order. The young girl, having nothing to do, gazes out of the window, as if contemplating some question of philosophy. Her deep blue eyes, round doll-like face, topped by her fair natural curls. It is, if it were not for the terrible hairstyle, she could easily have been an exemplar of beauty. God damn. It's like she's actually pretty, but I mean, theoretically speaking, a lot of times people don't care about beauty when they have a lot of things to worry about. But yet again, part of how you present yourself to the world really affects you on the long run. Unless you are so exquisite, you are so unique, you are so powerful, you are so strong and one of a kind that you can show off who you are without being affected, without depending on other people's decisions. It's very interesting. It is while amusing in such a disorganized way that the young man, now known as WELTS, has come to realize something. This is probably the first time he has ever paid close attention to the looks of this lady genius, Dr. Albert Einstein. No doubt, she has the legendary temperament of a crazy scientist, yet at the same time, she also seemed to pull off the girl next door act. albeit one who enjoys teasing his poor pitiful self. You can see that he's already falling in love. Being able to see somebody in a different light, you know, applying your own filter. A lot of times when you are in love, they say love is blind, right? It's because we get blinded or we start like refusing to see the other part and we put in a filter. I call it the love filter because it's literally like Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that. Eins, me? Sorry, it just accidentally said it out loud. Man, I crave to be Einstein right now. I feel that using nicknames may help the flow of conversation, but it does seem rather bizarre. Pulling apart someone's surname. No, I don't mind. As long as you like it, it's fine. This, oh, I'm loving this. I am so chill. Oh, really? Then I must really thank you. Rare blue hair dove. Oh my god, you're gonna see. I mean, technically both of them have blue hair. That's what I was saying. The young man glances left and right, rubbing his ears and cheeks in embarrassment. Look at him, he's in daze. In fact, I do have a question to ask, though it may be rude of me. Prevaricating before a lady is even more impolite. I don't know what that means. Anybody can look it up, prevaricating? So sorry. At this moment, the young man feels as if the mind has just boarded the wrong train. Just asking about someone's daily habits, nothing more. Why does one have to be so embarrassed? Dr. Einstein, 51 years old. Nonetheless, it seems that she too has misjudged what I meant by speaking rudely. Wait, what? 51 years old, forgetting speak or act in an evasive way. Ah, more like shy kind of style? I love them like that. Man, she's teasing him left and right. That is even more cute. Ha! A little slow on the uptake, the young man look at his face, has to use both hands to keep his jaw from dropping to the ground. Just pulling your leg. If you divide by 3, it should be just about right. Okay, she's 17. She's 17 to 18 years old. Not really shy, aware of avoiding question of some kind. Oh, I think I understand. Okay. Yeah, which I agree. Okay, now I understand why it's impolite. I agree. Man, she's pulling his leg left and right. She's teasing him so much. Hold on. 51 divided by 3. 6 times 8 is 48. 48 is divided by 3, 16. 6 times 9, 54. Divided by 3 is 18. Okay, 18, yeah. So 51 divided by 3 is 17. Dr. Einstein is 17 years old. A minor? A doctorate degree as a minor? Can't I? This is not a matter of can or can't. Well, we're on the topic. Dr. Tesla is 4 years older than me. And she's an adult, if you really want to know. Why does the way you put it make her seem like she's socially inept for her age? I love this! No diddling. It's not like WELTS is any better. Fucking fire. Oh, they're burning each other. Oh, they're just bombing each other. Oh, they're just going off on each other. Thank God Tesla is not here. She would have flipped the table by now and got them all kicked out of the restaurant. I wish to resume admiring the scenery for a moment, so please refrain from talking to me for now. Okay. It is rare for the weather to be as good as today. No. Huh. You probably didn't know, but recently I've been trying to keep myself from spouting too much nonsense. I think she's happy. Listen, when a girl talks so much, when a girl yaps so much, especially in front of a guy, it means that she's so happy. She's so happy and she feels comfy. I love that. It feels so endearing. Trust me. From a person who happens to be a girl sometimes. I'm kidding. My grandfather once said, success is equal to the genius plus sweat plus less spouting of nonsense. Yet for some time, you've been the one spewing out of nonsense. What sort of character trope or setting, man, How you doing, Q? How's it going? Or setting are you going for? Are you the quiet and reserved type, or the chatty and catty type? Man, wealth is insane. Girls with this, you fucker. I'm kidding. Dr. Einstein doesn't
Welcome,
understand
Q.
what you mean by character trope. How you doing, Q? Hi. And for a brief moment, Welt catches a glimpse of a devilish grin. Man, I would die for a guy like that. Look how cute it is. He's absolutely adorable. He's such a boy toy material. He's so cute. You can tease him. She technically adopted him. There's no leash, but you can already see it. Oh my god, is that the finish? Look at the fin. Look at the fin. Hello. Returning from the cafe concerto, Einstein and Welt incidentally find the blonde-haired. Oh, I skipped them so fast, man. Here we go. With the striped short sleeve and the gold-rimmed glasses at the door of Lab 42. Ah, dear Einstein, you're back. Somehow, the way this man waves to the girl suggests that they are very familiar with each other. A hint of aversion flutters in Welt's heart. Would I know? What's the matter, Finn? Finn for Finnish. Finn. They call him the Finn. For Finnish. Finland. Finn? No wonder this guy wears only short sleeves in winter and speaks English with such a strange accent. If he is from Finland, that is not surprising at all. We stand stereotyping. Nice. It is said that when the temperature reaches a freezing point, they are still flipping summer sausages in the backyard. Why can't it be burgers? I mean, I like sausage. Though, that's probably just some joke for some newspaper. Yep. No, for such a frivolous man, can't say for certain. An urgent matter concerning Lab 42. The frivolous man pulls out an airmail envelope from a folder. Understood. Her enthusiasm waning, Einstein reaches for the letter and for her with her left hand, while fumbling for the keys with her right. They send a telegram. What was the telegram again? Earlier today, informing us that they wish you check it out as soon as possible, as you receive it. Blonde and glass. Yep. They said you will most certainly be interested in its content. An old oh, I understand. Okay, because this is in the 1950s right now. Instantly, Einstein's right hand stops groping for the key. Her expression seems a little impatient. Help me tear it open. Is that okay? My security clearance level. I said, help me open it. It may be strange for me to say so, but if it were a highly classified letter, it would be delivered by someone at my rank. The Finn pushes his gold-trimmed glasses while interjecting in an affected manner. Okay, let me open it. Welt avoids giving the attention-seeking man a single glance. Einstein, my esteemed senior colleague, I trust you've been well since the last time we met. Recently, over here, we've come across a rather excellent ancient pastime. If you are interested, please make sure you find a day to come and play. I guarantee you'll be fully excited. As for work-related matters, now, where we are going next is gonna lay foundation for what anti-entropy will be. I won't go too much into details about it because it will explain itself. But all I can say is, from this point onwards, we're gonna see a lot of ideologies. We're gonna see a lot of conflict of interest. We're gonna see a lot of basically big brain games. I ought to be able to help you. Yes. Your junior colleague who looks forward to welcoming you, Schrodinger. 1016 Billings, Montana. So, we all know anti-entropy's birthplace is the US. Right? So now we are laying the foundation of why are they in the US? Why did they start in the US? What happened and what will go forward, right? And why was New York bombed? Okay. It is a curious situation. The contents of the letter seems rather carefree and casual, but it contains some rather cryptic code. Why did she use so specifically? To Welt's surprise, Einstein solemnly hands the paper back to the Finn. This is Ada's real name, yes? Okay, you're gonna learn who Ada is. Ada got retconned. I'm already giving you a head. You're already gonna see who Ada is. But just remember that Ada, one way or another, got retconned. So, later. Her slender finger points to the string of intelligible code that is... Uh-huh. She should know the name Ada. Why bother to? Why do they need to consult this person? Could he be some expert in some field? Who's Ada? Retconned. Yes. In that way? In what way? So, the way it happens, when the game, so you know how they change, multiple way they change their directions? One of the things, for example, that got retconned in the game, in Sakura Samsara in particular, was not what happened between Kellen and Sakura. It was what happened between Kiana and Sakura and Mei and Sakura. With Sakura borrowing Mei's body, with Kiana and watching all of the things play again and again. They retconned that part, for example, and they chucked it to Kiana. Kaslana is connected, you know, the soul connection. So, for example, you can see a battlesuit of Kiana is connected to a battlesuit of Kellen, and a battlesuit of Raiden Mei is connected to by soul connection to Sakura. It used to be referring to the Sakura Samsara. It got retconned and stopped, and they chucked it. I mean, like, in what way did they retcon? Oh, Ada. Later on, Ada did not fit what they wanted to go with, because Ada is a supercomputer from the last era. So they took Ada and they swept it under the rug as an idea, and that's where Prometheus came to be. See what I mean? So Promi came to be the replacement of Ada, kind of sort of thing. So Ada, yes, she's the computer, she's an intelligent AI computer from the last era. But later on, they just didn't mention it in the games, and they just buried it. And Prometheus came in and took over that place of it. And also Prometheus took over the place of, like, technically the god that gave Serene the 4 Hersher cores. So those are some of the small little examples that they usually chuck in. So we have some in Sakura Samsara, we have some like Ada, and we have some like Serene herself. You see what I mean? So it's kind of cool. As we go, you'll see what I mean. What exactly happened? This person, Schrodinger, she would never cause trouble if there wasn't any. Einstein suddenly seemed to understand something. Finn, go now and arrange for a flight. We need to board the next plane to Billings. Welt! Yes, ma'am! Probably influenced by the sudden imposing manner of the young woman, the new lab assistant stands to attention, just like a soldier, and subconsciously salutes. That is cute. Although he is quick to put his hand back down. Don't worry about the small details. Quickly, go upstairs, wake Tesla. 203. Alright, buckle up, people. Buckle up. Buckle up. I'm gonna be a little bit loud. Buckle up. It's about to be a fun ride. The buckle up. Me? I'm too busy and cannot come. Hold up, Marty. Didn't know something. No, listen, it's fair. Asking a question is incredible. Listen, I am so happy because you learn as you go. And I'm so happy that Marty is pointing out a lot of things as well. Because when Marty asks a question, whether anybody asks a question, whether they know it or not, it helps everybody who's watching. See what I mean? It's kind of cool. I like that. So yeah, but it's fair enough. Some things get convoluted. I used to have a detailed table that was made. It was fan made by someone of the stuff that stayed and the stuff that got retconned. Like, for example, Himiko's part. You know, Himiko in one of the chronicles where she finds the sword, that was buried under the rugs as well, and they didn't mention it at all later on. Other one where they made the Book of Fushi, and they made it as a canon in the chronicles, is it got kind of retconned as well, and that's where you see the Book of Fushi coming back to life. So for example, in the Phoenix or Fuwa's arc, you see that Book of Fushi was actually turned off, and they were able to turn it back on. But in the chronicles, that was retconned. In reality, Auto Apocalypse finds it, and turns it into a weapon, into a cannon. And that cannon, the only way you're able to get it, you can see it in here. You can only see it. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for your ice cream. I truly appreciate it. I actually love sardine. You can only find it if you have the Dawei cards. You're gonna be able to find it in here. And that's why, one of the reasons why I keep the Dawei cards, right? You are able to find it in here, and it's probably never gonna come back. Most likely. It's actually the only weapon that I don't have that is never gonna come back. But it's somewhere around. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. It is literally somewhere around here. Give me a sec. It is, where is it? Cannon. Bro, where is it? There's no way they updated it. Yeah, it's probably buried somewhere in here. Let me see. Give me a sec. It should be around this place in here. Ah, here it is. This one. Here you go. You see Book of Fushi in here. It's called Book of Fushi. And it's a heavy cannon. The only source of it is Daoi's Villa. And you can read about it. A spherical quantum computer unearthed in China by the Cisco. So they changed the name China as well, because afterwards they started having a conflict of interest of using real life words in real life countries and stuff like that. So, and it got a little bit too political. And one of the things that got political and they had to bury as well was the elf manga. In the elf manga, it was fairly a propaganda kind of oriented one, and it got them in trouble with the Chinese government. So even on the main website for MiHoYo, you can't find it. You'll find chapter 1. In reality, it's 5 chapters. And if you read it, it tells you about how they give birth, they made the elves, and the elves started asking for their rights. And they had a revolution, and then the Honkai happened, and the Honkai destroyed all of humans while the elves survived. So Tesla actually dies, and Einstein takes her information and amalgamates her DNA into Einstein. And then Einstein later on, it gives the last will or the last knowledge to the elves. But it's not part of rioting and the human rights movement and stuff like that, or like the elf right movement. That's kind of thing. The elf manga, because the elf protested for rights. Yep, here you go. So a lot of things got retconned, and Book of Fushi is one of them. In the Chronicles, Autopocalypse turns it into a canon. But when you go in to Fuwa and Fuwa's arc, you see that the toy is still there, or the elf is still there, the little elf. See what I mean? So a lot of stuff changes later on as the story goes. It's not just gone from the official website, it's also nuked from a lot of other. You can still find it on manga decks. I'm quite sure you can find it on manga decks. Right? I'm gonna look up for it actually. You might be right. You actually might have a point. Because I was looking for it the other day and I couldn't find it too. You might be onto something. Oh, you looked for it? Because I looked for it and I couldn't find it. You're right. You're onto something. Yeah. Ignoring the dumbstruck Welt, Einstein opens the front door of the lab, then bolts towards the corridor of the right side of the ground floor. Unless it was added in last year. I'm gonna look for it. I'm actually gonna look for it. And even when you search right now, Elf's Honkai Impact, you can't find the manga, and it was replaced now with the short animation. So when you go in and you look up Elf's Honkai Impact, you will find the Elf's short animation that was replaced with the Elf School. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that happens, and there was a lot of retcons that happened. I think, in my opinion, the biggest retcon that ever happened is separating Gun Girl Zombie from Honkai Impact 3rd. I think that was the biggest retcon that ever happened. And the next big one is Genshin, in my opinion. Well, Genshin, well, not that. We don't have to go into it. Where all the stands is a giant vault door. Shit, it's about to pick up. It's about to be really good. It's about to get really, 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 really good, okay? Oh boy, 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 oh boy. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it so much. You're gonna love it. You're gonna have a fucking blast, okay? Man. I'm excited. Hold on. Okay, cool. Let's go. Compared to the tidy and orderly ground floor, the private space on the top of the floor is quite simply hell on earth. A few minutes ago, Welt never have predicted that would find these items outside a girl's bedroom. Man, if you only know girls' bedrooms. Pizza boxes piled together like Jenga, waste paper piled into bins and forming trash heaps in the size of small mountains, brass undergarments, basically underwear, and stockings hang drying everywhere. You can see them. Look at that, look at that. Look at the panties, look at the panties. I don't really call Gunga Zombie separation or retcon. They're just separate stories and shared characters. The thing is, if you go back to the original, so you know that the first 2 art books that were ever released, those 2 art books were only in were only in Japanese, and they are not available anymore. I have them, and in them, I was able to find someone, one of my viewers, sent me 2 Google Drive files, and in them, it's the pictures. It's like they basically photocopied. No, not photocopied. They screened, you know, every single paper, and they turned it into a translation Word document as well. And they made a table of stuff that got retconned. If you go back to the original books, to that original art book, you would see that they have utilized not only a lot of models from Gun Girl Zombie and then they ditched them, but it even talks about it, and they use pictures and wallpapers and arts from Gun Girl Zombie and transform it into Honkai Impact, and they utilize it in their anniversary. And then the final part is See You in the Afterworlds. It turns into a Kevin song right now. So that is another thing, and you have Pendant as well. For example, her Share of Thunder Pendant, and they turn it and give it to Acheron. It's more like a meaning. But yes, I agree with you that they have separated completely afterwards what the girl's bedroom looks like. You want the real reason? You want the reality of it? There's 2 things. Either girls actually give a shit about their bedroom and they actually take care of it and they are, you know what I mean? Or it's a trash. You see Asmongold's room? Something like that without the piss bottles. Questionable. Everywhere. That's what I meant. Oh yeah, by having similar starting points. Yep, fair enough as well. If that's, yep, then that's you're right. You're 100%. Mysterious electronic device discarded and tossed against the corner. Their surface covered with dust. I can only wonder what this is. Gun Girl Zombies, what's up with that? The Gun Girl Zombie is a game that was first made. It's a 2D shooter. It's like almost like Fate. Almost like Fate Grand Order, I would say, but not the same game mechanics. In it, you utilize panties. So every time you kill zombies, so it's Kiana, and it rolls around Kiana, Mei, everybody, all the characters, and every time you kill a zombie, you get panties, and those panties are used to upgrade the characters. No, not like Nikki actually. I can show you a picture. Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you. Ah, shit. Hold on. Let me see this. Gun Girls Z. Right now they closed the English. They closed the English server because it was poorly translated. Still waiting for Carol. Oh my God, Evie. In reality today, we were supposed to be streaming Nikki, like the Nikki live stream with the eye tracker. I already played it once because I was sponsored by it. $150? Yes. I got paid for it, $150. But we were supposed to doing that. We're gonna do it next week, funny enough. Because that's part of the subathon, because we hit one of the subathon goals, that's why. But yeah, Gun Girl Zombie is like that. Let me show you the gameplay. This is the gameplay. So you move in forward, you have different types of guns, and then you shoot the zombies. But it's like 2D. It's like, you know, you move either left or right. See what I mean? Yeah. I think that's the closest you have. And you have a lot of characters yet again in common. Like, for example, that was Weld Joyce in here. So, Weld Joyce, we have the cute Weld Joyce, and then we have this Weld Joyce, which, I mean, I'm biased. Listen, I might be biased, but goddamn, I'm just saying, he could risk me. He could have it. He gets it. He gets it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, here we go. Like this kind of gameplay. You see it? That's it. But it was poorly translated into the global, and because of that, a lot of things happened in between. I've been playing it since May. Really? On the Japanese server? I have... Oh, you mean Nikki? Listen, I played it once. I played it once, never again. What about clone Will Jace? Smash. Wait, no, which one? Honkai Impact? No. No, the clone? No. Oh, and Aeon Nikki, got it. Mysterious Electron, okay, yeah. It's hard to imagine how, but perhaps because of the cleaners won't come upstairs, everything has now turned into this hair-raising spectacle. Oh, shit. Story is really good, though. True. I heard that the story is really good, and we watched a lot of videos about it, and we got to meet one of the bigger content creators for Nikki. God, I forgot his channel's name. This is incredible, man. And he explained to me a lot of like lore, and it was a lot of fun. But it reminded me a lot of Punching Grey Raven, and it was another addition that I... Listen, I'm shy when it comes to tits. Shit's complicated. I don't want to get into it now. Now, if there's a tiniest, most remote possibility that this scene is actually typical for private residence of countless single ladies everywhere. Okay, ladies, who snitched? Fucking hell, who snitched? Who told them about us? Who told them about our bedrooms? God knows how many gentlemen will be left shell-shocked and heartbroken. Who snitched? Which one of you fuckers? Damn it, can't believe shit in here nowadays. Man, oversharing, snitching. At least right now, WELTS is searching for room 203 with a heavy heart. Knock, knock. Oh no. Click. Somewhat surprisingly, the door opened rather quickly. No, that was the sound of a door locking. Dr. Tesla, I did not come upstairs willingly. Oh, it's gonna get great. Okay. Huh? Are you trying to say you're sleepwalking assistant WELTS? From the other side of the door, it transmits a grumpy and energetic voice. No doubt it's the real deal. None other than Tesla herself. No, I'm not. I mean, it was Dr. Einstein who asked me to come and wake you up. I wasn't sleeping. Okay then. Anyway, we're going to take the next flight to America. Wait! To where? To America? Now? Yes. America. As in the United States of America. Correct. West USA. Montana. Have you gone mad? I don't understand the situation either. It was just the short sleeves, no glasses, no, the fin showed her a strange letter, and then she immediately became all serious about it. What the heck? The letter said something about finding some ancient pastimes, and some words I didn't recognize. Ah, that's right. The sender's name was someone called Shir. What was it? It's Schrodinger. Yes, Schrodinger. It's from Schrodinger. Planks, that old fucking hag, once again using her own students to pick up some fresh meat. What? America. Huh? You don't need to know. Clearly, she's mine. Clearly, so is Lab 42. Clearly, the topic is beginning to sound a bit too dangerous, so WELTS standing outside the door can only cover his ears and keep mute as a mouse. Nah, I want him to be my mouse. But the dreadful ringing and clattering of her shrill voice continue. Oh, you're gonna meet Edison. Edison is gonna take everybody's heart. Voice countlet continues instantly, piercing through the door into the eardrums. All right, clatter scatters. The poor young man had fallen into the pile of pizza boxes and is now sprawled on his back, eyes glazed, mouth gapped. The door has swung open without warning, startling WELTS, who unfortunately backpedaled into the pizza boxes without much force, slipped and fell. But that is not the most important thing. Ugh, you pest! Did fall give you brain damage as well? Move aside! Dr. Tesla is not yet summer outside. Huh? What are you talking about? I mean that you what? You stuttering fool! Move! You're wearing only a nightgown right now, aren't you? And with a muffled... You can hear the shout. And with a muffled sound, WELTS comes crashing down, instantly transforming into a sea of white. Damn. She broke the chair on his head. Ow. WELTS is seated in the front row and is of a temporarily borrowed Volkswagen Beetle alongside the driver, the Finn, with the gold-rimmed glasses. WELTS lightly touches his head. Sure enough, he sports a bomb. But having said that, my life is still intact. Perhaps that alone is worth 3-day holiday. Nah. Squinting in the back seat through the rearview mirror, Welt spies the source of his suffering, using her compact mirror to calmly draw on her lipstick. Welt can't understand how much a person is capable of tossing her own living space into a complete shambles. It's even messier than Einstein's hairdo next to her. I just love them. How you doing, Rain? How's it going? You doing? Yeah, the story is really good, actually, yes. But it gets so convoluted, I just gave up on it. Yeah, the Gun Girl zombie story. Oof, it gets so complicated. I mean, at that point, I was like, you know, no. Yeah. And in a hurry, she had almost forgotten to change her clothes before they departed. Fuck. But perhaps more difficult to understand is this. Where did she find that light, billowing shawl and that fine one-piece dress? Not a single wrinkle on it. Anyone who has seen those Jenga stacks of pizzas boxes would be certain that this girl must have a 4-dimensional wardrobe. No, it shouldn't be the other way around. Whoever's seen this lovely cute girl before me would never believe that she's in fact lives in a pigsty, right? Yeah, sorry, what Volkswagen Beetle? Oh, has that nice of interior. Man, you never know. Unique chatter, no, yes, I love chattering. Sorry. I'm telling you, I have the cutest outfits, but here's the trick. My room, it would have been like, it's like, it would have been Asmongold's copy room, but I don't have piss bottles. But the thing is, I have a very specific place where I only put in my fancy clothes. So today I was wearing my pencil skirt, my cute little ironed shirt, white shirt. I was wearing my, my medical lab. I was wearing high heels. I scraped the back of my heels. They are both bleeding. I have bandages on both of my heels. It was bad. And stuff like that. No, okay, yes. The young woman in question, who now appears rather neat and fresh on the surface, begins to put away her mirror. Welt hurriedly averts her eyes. Okay, in defense of Asman, he doesn't have piss ball. How the fuck do you know that? I swear. Out of the corner of his eyes, he notices the corner of the Finn's mouth curled briefly into a sly smile. Okay, the Finn is one hell of a guy, okay? He's not a pervert, but he's into women, okay? Like, he's one of those people who likes talking about relationships and stuff. Oh, you're gonna say, oh my god, I can't wait until the scene where they are buying lingerie. Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. Stick to driving the car. Hey, just as Welt was beginning to feel miserable, Einstein hands him a document wallet from the back seat. Is this for me? Welt takes the paper wallet. Inside there appears to be several small, hardbound booklets. Open it and have a look. You'll need that later. Oh yes, there's a scene where they go and buy lingerie and stuff like that. It's coming up. You'll need them later. One of those booklets is a passport. So apparently Twitter decided to actually follow Brazil's law. Good. I can't believe that it takes us the EU and Brazil to put some people back intact. That is insane. The wallet also contains a work permit of the Imperials Institute and some documents to guarantee movement through immigration. Well, Joyce. And here you see, ladies and gents, we gave birth to Well Joyce. Printed on the passport is one such name, half familiar, half foreign. Joyce is a surname taken from an author. Do you know Ulysses? Okay, we have a tick. Let's see. Note: Ulysses is a novel written by Irish modernist writer James Joyce. In 1922, the novel chronicles the daily life of a protagonist, a distressed Dubliner, a salesman by the name of Leopold Bloom in Dublin during the day and night of June 16, 1904. Ulysses is a masterpiece of the stream of the consciousness genre and is hailed as one of the top 100 English novels of the 20th century. Each year, June 16 is commemorative as the Bloom Day. That's cool! Should sell my MiHoYo account for 1 year subscription for the talk to I'm gonna kick your ass up. It's not even surprising. Yeah, I dimension. Feel risible. Who? Welt? Yes, Welt Joyce is risible for me. Actually, I want to take a look at it. Hold on. I'm interested in the book. That got me invested. Let me see. What's it called again? It's called Ulysses. Okay, Ulysses. Ulysses. Oh, I'm actually intrigued. I'm gonna keep this. Maybe if I have time, I could listen to it as an audiobook. Built-in professor, editing assistant. Okay, cool. I like that. Prepare to die. What? Time to play Dark Souls. Good job. Try not to lose your shit. It happens. You know, Ulysses. You mean the Latin name for Odysseus? No. Well, I shouldn't have expected you to know that. Just pretend I never asked. Man, she's so mean to him. But he likes it. He's a masochist. Anyway, make sure you remember the name she gave you. And avoid giving yourself away in front of the customs. Giving myself away? Wait, is this documentation forged? After all, the name Welt was just made up by Einstein not that long ago. Well, it depends on how you look at it. Just pretend it's an official certificate issued by a civilian without explicit permission. Yeah, that makes sense, yes. But what kind of justification is that? Look, it's something we can't reveal. But if you start acting all weird, your righteous friends of justice from Scotland Yard will start investigating and asking difficult questions, and I do not particularly welcome that idea. Isn't Scotland Yard a criminal police organization? Not the Home Office. Gosh, how could an amnesiac like you remember something so obscure that? Who planted such ideas in your head? I mean, I just mean the police, okay? Any police. Relax. Just remember your name and you'll be fine. What now? None of your damn business. Hey, Finn, what did you do with your son? Oh my god, what son? What son? Oh my god, the panic in the man's eyes. Oh, he goes through it all. Oh, it's amazing. You just wait and see until Plank comes into picture. Plank is gonna... Oh god, okay. Son, for a brief moment, Welt was unable to parse the exact meaning of this word in his brain. It's fine, I've already called his school. Oh my god, what is his son? Who could it be? I could only wonder who's Finn's son. It's not the first time Joshim has been put in such a situation. He'll be okay. Joshim, what was his name? How do you say his name again? Seems like that's the name of the Finn's son. Wait, son? So in other words, Mr. Goldglass is here. Has a son who's already attending school? What are you doing? Blanking out again. You blockhead. Hurry up and memorize your name. With a karate chop. Oh my god, the abuse. Twintail starts Welt's head at the exact spot where the lump is growing. Oh, fuck. Most certainly a deliberate and targeted maneuver. You! How could you be so sure I wasn't busy doing just that now? Idiot. You're obviously envious of the Finn, the family man, right? Miss Yang. Huh? Enrita Yang, a young and promising archaeologist, a beauty of mixed German-Chinese heritage. She's the Finn's wife, however. She's also a very busy lady who can only be at home for around 10 days a year. How about you also try raising a child by yourself? Oh, actually, everything's gotten much better after he started going to school. Now that there's no way behind his eye. Listen, he's into it. I know he's a masochist, and I love that. My wife's work is valuable and deserving of our own support. Get you a man like that. Get you a Finnish guy. Whatever. Your top priority now is to memorize your fucking name and your surname. Every single letter. Don't you dare think about anything else. There'll be plenty of time to do that on the plane. Twintail grips the back of Welt's collar and fiercely exhorts him with those menacing words. Before purposely turning towards the mophead, the girl seated next to her. But that said, is it still that hard to get anyone to do anything with me? She's so not self-aware with it. It's amazing. She's like a natural Tintin. Even if it's such a boring place as an airplane. What now? Last time you didn't play with me and instead read a book all by yourself, as if your time is simply too precious to keep me company. It's kind of funny to think that Tesla and Welt act as parents to Joshim. Yes, Even though Tesla is old enough to be his great... Well, theoretically speaking, I mean, Welt Yang goes through a lot of process in life. It's actually insane. Because Welt technically... I don't think he's close to Himiko. Well, close to Himiko in age. But Welt technically was in love with Himiko. He was there for her graduation, for her high school graduation. When she got... And he was the one who got her flowers. Her dad wasn't there. Her dad was, he's a lab, he's a researcher in Cisco. And that's why he was there for her. And they took the picture together. And you tend to see that later on in the manga at the very end. And when it didn't work out with Himiko, I think he always had an interest in Tesla. But I guess it just got solidified more and more with Tesla later on. Please, Welt wasn't in love with Himiko. That's kind of creepy. You see, here's the thing. In my opinion, Welt did not have a relationship. It had kind of endearing. It's not like, I don't think it was love. Like, I wouldn't say he was lusting for Himiko. I would still call it love. I feel like we really misinterpret love. Like, I don't think it was in a lustful way. I think it was more like he just endeared her. He loved her. I don't know if that makes sense, but it wasn't like... It wasn't in a lustful way. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. It's like almost admiration, almost like... It's more like virgin love. You can just say he saw her as a daughter. No, I don't think he saw her as a daughter figure. No, he definitely did not treat her as a daughter. She definitely didn't see him as a dad. Yeah, platonic, that is the word. Yes, I think it's platonic. I think it was platonic. Yes. He definitely didn't treat her as a daughter, and she definitely didn't see him as a dad. I know that, yeah. Welt was old age, and she was a student. Well, I mean, technically speaking, Fua is 50,000 years old, I'm just saying. Instead, read a book all by yourself, as if your time... Okay, yes. Mophead stares expressionally into Twintail's eyes. Too big word. I'm gonna kick your ass, you bugadoofus. Think he was in verse, he was true? Yeah, since Himiko kept leering at him. Think about him liking aliens. That is true. He even went the extra time. Definitely had a crush on Welt. Oh yeah, I agree with that as well. Yeah, which is a much more common thing. I think that. But yet again, he was there for her graduation. He was there for every moment of her life. Her dad was never there, but he was there for every moment of her life. And even now in Honkai Star Rail, he still have a very, very sensitive spot for Himiko. Whether it's our Himiko, whether it's a different XP Himiko, whatever it is, he does have an extremely soft spot for Himiko, and it's for a reason. I think he definitely had that kind of relationship, and he was definitely interested in Tesla. I definitely think it was in a lustful way. Even his last wish was asking for one last dance with Tesla. He was only there for Himiko for a few weeks, but he was still available in her life. He was a substitute professor. No, I meant in high school. I meant when he was in high school. Do you remember when he waited for her? And he was the one who gave her the flower. Even later on in the manga, he has the picture, but it's torn. And I couldn't figure out why it was torn. I can't remember. Silwood, smash wall. Fua is mine. Fua is mine. Don't touch her. I will kick your ass. This time, we're sharing a double room. Wow! Really? Not a single room this time? That's fantastic. I love you, Lizard. Love you to death. But only if you promise to dress properly after drinking alcohol and taking your bath. Yeah, so Tesla has a thing. Tesla gets super horny when she drinks. Insanely horny when she drinks. Tesla is super horny drunker. Just saying. You fucker don't. Uh-oh. Look how well. He's such a... Why is he such a goofball? Why is he just a Pomeranian, adorable little puppy? This is such a tease. Wow, how could that possibly be true? Wait, so what I saw before was really... Ah! Before the poor young man in the front seat could react, he was already clutching his head, grunting, and falling back to his seat. Welt, shut your trap! Tesla is thinking, yes, she is, yes, and that makes her attractive. I'm not even joking. I'm trying to think of the last time I actually took a bath and failed. Kenny, get your ass into the bath before I throw you in the fucking ocean. You buckle face. She has a more in common with Himiko than you might. Oh, I do agree. I do agree. Her and Tesla, like Himiko and Tesla, definitely. And Himiko, always one of her tropes is getting a boyfriend. It was always one of her tropes is getting a boyfriend. Even the first time we get introduced to her in the black and white manga, she was on a date when they called for her. So I agree. It's cold outside. Wear a coat. How you doing, Ace? A shower. Okay, good. Yeah, she was always on dates. I agree. Yep. And even at the very end, she says, or like it was kind of a joke, that she died before she getting a boyfriend. In reality, she was always horny. I mean, Kiana had her own share of horny and drunk Himiko. The first leg from London to New York, 8 hours. I then transferred to the flight to Chicago, 2 hours. Teresa, the ultimate man, the cockblock Teresa. And the final leg to Billings, another 2 hours. This does not include time spent waiting to board or change flights, which will be considerable despite the fact that they are VIPs. With the expectation of such a long journey, the roar of the jet engine is even more sleep-inducing than usual, especially when the scenery outside the window is an endless monotone of vast ocean. So, even when Welt is awoken by an urge to pass urine, to pee, for a while he hesitated to leave his seat. He lifts the right arm of the lightly snoring twin tail. Man. Oh, by the way, she sits between them. Tesla sits between Einstein and Welt. So she's a cock block. Oh my god. You're gonna see. Everybody's gonna cock block them. Every single one of the cast is gonna try to cock block Welt and Einstein. Except for the Finnish. The Finn is actually very open about, yeah. Like a saying, you fucker, I'm not a furry. I gave myself a tribute to Himiko. Fair enough. I get it. No, I get it though. What do you mean, Diddler? I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm back. The same question. Have you played? No, I actually have not on CN. No, Nari, I haven't. No. How you doing, lovely? I haven't. I need to catch up with the last act, the last update story, and this update story. I definitely should. But I've been backed up with a lot of things, and frankly enough, I've been streaming a lot of things. So yeah, it is. I believe it's interesting. I'm gonna catch up to it very shortly. Wait, how old is Welt Joyce at the moment? 3 years. He's 3 years old. Listen, Welt Joyce, his existence is different. Welt Joyce's existence. Oh shit! I gave it away. Fuck. Well, technically, as a name, he exists for 3 years, but we don't know how much it is. Fuck, whatever it is. He lifts the right arm. Okay, yep, draped across the body. Cannot keep. I'm gonna kick your ass. Oh yeah, you backed up. Should I help you get some? What the fuck, Ace? What? If you want, I can say one line without spoiling it all. No. Oh my god, no. And he helps the Finn on the other side of the aisle pick up his glasses that had fallen on the floor. Only after stepping into the aisle does Welt notice that among the travelers sleeping left and right, Einstein's still awake, sitting by a window reading a book in the light. Oh, Stella really spoiling us. Well, you didn't understand what I'm saying, so it's fine. It seems that... How you doing, Nari? Come here and chill with us. It seems that every now and then, she is also jotting and scribbling something into her notebook. Travelers? No, definitely no. I'm going to the restroom for a while. I'm chilling. Understood. The messy-haired girl wrote on a slip of paper and held it up with her hand. Man, they are so fucking romantic. Man, I would die. I would give up my life. I would give up my life and my afterlife just to have a romantic relationship like the one Einstein and Welt have. Is she reminding him not to disturb the other people's sleep? Feeling embarrassed, the young man decides to get on with it and move towards the restroom. At this moment, no one is waiting in the queue, so Welt is quickly able to address his particular physiological need. Man, mile high. Ooh, maybe I should continue sleeping and get rid of the lag jack. Why isn't Einstein taking a break? Ooh, this one. Not taking a break? Oh, he writes for her, so. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Welt decides to hand her back a note. I'm just reading something quite interesting. Oh god, I'll try to explain that part. Wait, didn't he wear diapers? Isn't he 3? I don't fucking know that part. I think he knows how to piss. It is written on the note passed back to him. The temperature in the cabin becomes a little cold, and the young man cannot decide whether he should put on a coat. Naturally, Twin Tails is still sleeping blissfully between the two of them. What is it? Raymond conjecture. Oh, fuck my life. Math problem? Oh shit, I skipped. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Yeah, here we go. A non-trivial zeros of the analytic continuation are on the line of half plus ti. Absolutely no idea. Not surprising, and people who lack knowledge of complex function will find it hard to understand. You only need to know that it can be considered the holy grail of the entire mathematical community. Which, I mean, Raymond did do a couple of... Oh my god. Okay, so I took a lot of calculus. I took a good chunk of calculus. And Raymond's formula helped a lot in calculus. So when you wanted to define infinity, when you want to define, for example, infinity times infinity, infinity times 0, 0 over 0, infinity divided by infinity, infinity times 1, 0 times 1, all of those kinds of things, where you are using almost kind of impossible situation, this is where Raymond came in and defined those things he put on. So when you see Raymond conjecture, you'll be able to know. You'll be like, oh my god, I saw this somewhere. But in reality, they never really explained what it is. So Raymond conjecture. Here we go. So here we go. So here we go. When infinity, so this is infinity, so you're gonna get the sum of infinity when n equals 1 on 1 divided by ns. And s is the number we need to know. S is the variable. So, in other words, when s equal to 2, so that's in here, so we're gonna have 1 over n to s. So n equal to 1, and s is gonna be the one that is constant, because s as a variable, we already defined it. When s is still at s, it's variable. But when the moment we defined s in here is when s becomes a constant, it's not a variable anymore. That is the same thing, and that's the same idea of Einstein's relativity, law of relativity. The fuck's Tesla any day? Oh my god, why math isn't mathing? I'm telling you, in this visual novel, I'll be going into everything. I will be going actually all out. You're gonna be learning so much, and I enjoy those. So it's gonna be a lot of learning, a lot of history, a lot of psychology, a lot of math, a lot of science, a lot of astronomy. I'm gonna be going all out. I have so much information, and I can't wait to yap. But what I'm trying to say is, why is it connected to Einstein? It's connected through the idea of relativity. Because once you define a constant, and it's connected to the idea of Schrödinger as well, with the multi-universe theory, because that's what MiHoYo derived, and they set the world around them with the multi-universe and the imaginary tree, yada yada yada. In reality, once you have a constant, once you define a variable, it becomes a constant. So in here, when you are going the sum of infinity, where n equals 1, so n is under here, so we are dividing by n equals 1, so you're going to be adding plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So for example, if n was equal to 2, it would be 1 over 2 square, plus 1 over 4 square, plus 1 over 8 square, plus 1 over 16 square, 8 square, plus 1 over, you know what I mean? You're going to add incrementally. You're going to add 2, 2, 2, 2. You're going to be skipping 2's. See what I mean? I need math, not math. I'm going to kick your ass. So that is one of the variable thingies. So when you are going to infinity, that means it's an infinite. It's not going to stop. Does that make sense? So the sum of infinity, of infinite number, where n equals to 1. So you're going to be adding 1. You're going to be going 1, 2, 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1. So that's why you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then s is now defined, n to an s. And that is connected to the idea of relativity. Because the more you define, the more the more the variable drops down. so you get more certainty. So that is a little bit that helped understanding where in quantum mechanics where the idea of multi-universe and stuff like that, and Schrodinger's cat was one of those examples that really did not work out, and it turned out really sour later on in the years. People love the idea of cosmic beings, like wormholes, for example. Wormholes are not real. No, they have been, well, they might be real. We were not able to define them as a fact. So they are still a variable. Wormholes. And the same thing goes for the idea of multiple universes. However, Schrodinger came up with the idea of Schrodinger's cat, and that idea of something happens and something doesn't happen. And another option where it's you know, in reality, Einstein came out and said, well, this shit does not exist. Just because you can't see kangaroos, you know, I always give this example. Just because you can't see kangaroos in Australia doesn't mean that they don't exist. So you can't really just say that kangaroos exist and don't exist if I put them in a box. Or like, if I put this cat with uranium, there's two options. Either she's dead or not. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's either dead or alive. Once one constant is defined, the other one is nulled down. So that's why having those multiple universe idea, it doesn't work. See what I mean? That is the idea of superimpositions. And that's where the defining factors comes into play. So once you define the variables, they turn into constants, and they turn into almost real-life explanations. So it's kind of cool aspect. Regardless, that's what they are speaking about. That's the Riemann conjecture. Raymond's got. So if you want to define it, all of the non-trivial zeros are on the critical line, a conjecture that subsequently became known as a Raymond's hypothesis. English mathematician Gottfried Harold. Okay, the solution of S equals 0 exists on a critical line of X on a half. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, it remains unproved. It still remains unapproved. Because Schrodinger's, for example, it's those things where you cannot apply them. When does it become proven? When does it become a fact? Is where you can apply it. So, what defines a fact? Actually, the real question is, what defines a fact? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Listen, I tend to ask myself the weirdest fucking question. I have the worst ADHD. But what defines a fact? A fact is something, well, if you look at the definition, it's something where you are able to take an experiment, and under different variables, you are able, through one constant, you're able to get the same results. So, if I drop an apple in the US, it's gonna fall to the ground. If I take this apple and I drop it in Australia, it's still gonna drop to the ground. And if I go to China and I drop it, it's still gonna drop to the ground. If it's cold and it's raining and I still drop it, it's still gonna go to the ground. This what defines a fact, for example. What doesn't define a fact is when I say, through my ideas, I think, or I would say with a high degree of certainty that if I plant a tree right now and I put gold in it, or I put in some meat in it, it's gonna turn into a tree that carries meat fruit, right? Maybe it worked once, maybe it's a scam, maybe it's a miscalculation, but I don't think I can recreate it. See what I mean? The same thing happens with a lot of other things. Will this be on the test? Fuck yes. Please no math. I enjoy this stuff. I really enjoy it. She's cooking. For the record though, Schrodinger's cat is co-opted. Yep, Schrodinger actually said that to mock quantum mechanics is ridiculous. Correct. Schrodinger himself made it as a mockery, and then a lot of people took it and culticized it. The main reason for that, if you were gonna speak about psychology-oriented stuff, is because people love to believe in the unconventional. People love to believe in the mystical, in the idea that in another life, there's a possibility of another life. The cat is still great though. Yep, because later, we actually become able to take said destructive measurement at the atomic level. That is true. And that's where it goes into superimposition, because if you go in on the time space quantum, that's where superimposition happens. That's where superposition, happens. If you go in on the space-time quantum, you're gonna have it as a peak. That's where it's either up or down, and it's that where the variable is. But once you open up the box and you see it's either alive or dead, that's where the peak is gonna go down, because now we defined it. You know what I mean? The problem is, just because we don't see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because I don't know, for example, in a car crash, and I'm going in to see somebody, just because I don't see that someone, if they are dead or alive, doesn't mean that there is a universe where they would be alive and a universe that they would be dead. That is just a stupid measurement for us with coping on a sociological level, on a psychological level, sorry. It's either dead or not. And the thing is, yeah, we can put it as a probability, but in reality, it was already defined. We just haven't sensed it yet. But it was already defined. We cannot change it. It's not a gambling. It's kind of cool. If a meat tree actually exists, then vegans have no choice not to eat it. Because yeah, fair enough. I mean, that is kind of a rhetorical. That is kind of a dilemma. I just put in a dilemma kind of question. But I think that is actually interesting. Not surprising, and people who lack the knowledge of complex functions will find it hard to understand. You only need to know that it can be considered the holy grail of the entire mathematical community. Holy grail? For example, if it holds true from the generalized Riemann conjecture, Goldbach's conjecture could be easily proven. Do you know what Goldbach's conjecture? No, I don't. Any odd number greater than 5 can be expressed as the sum of 3 primes. So we can pick in any other number, right, that is greater than 5, which is true, right? Because we can pick any number and we can have it as a sum of 3 primes. 6, it's 2 by 2 by 2. 7, it's 4 by 4, no, it's 2 by 2 by 3. Anything over 5 can be technically prime numbers. I think it's funny. Nah, how you doing, Belle? How's it going? Hi. How you doing, Belle? How's it going? Yoksa. I think it's funny someone trying to mock inadvertently gave that kind of best simple explanation. That is true, but I think what happened later on with Einstein, and especially when Einstein not only challenged him, I think it really swayed people around. And it made people think that Einstein not only challenged him, but as if Schrödinger gave it as a real example. So it put Schrödinger in a bad narrative. And I'm quite sure that, Einstein wasn't really mocking Schrödinger, more like mocking the actual theory or mocking the joke. But in reality, with everything that happened, it really solidified a lot of misconceptions to a lot of people, which is true. And any even number greater than 2 can be expressed as the sum of 2 primes. That is true yet again. If you have anything, anything by 2 primes. So for example, 3, it's 1 plus 2. 4, it's 2 plus 2. Makes sense? All in all, sounds impressive. Do you want to solve these conjectures? No, I don't. They're all completely beyond my abilities. Moreover, my main business is not mathematics. It's just that Raymond had a great influence on me, that's all. Math is my forte. I took math. I wanted to do astrophysics, that's why. I wanted to do astrophysics. I took a lot of physics classes. I took astronomy classes. And I took a lot of math classes. And then I took some coding classes as well, and electronics classes. Because I wanted a boyfriend, couldn't get any luck. So I went back to pharmacy, finished my doctorate in pharmacy. Oh, I took law classes a lot because I wanted to do a lawyer as well. It didn't work out. So I went back and I finished my doctorate in pharmacy. And now I'm going back to med school, but I don't want the traditional med. So I found a really cool place. Assembly programming language is crazy. I mean, the classes that I took are very, basic. Like it was, I just know how to code in Java, C++. I mean, listen, Python is literally easy. Python, you can learn it online. This is how easy it is. Which, I mean, you can learn other stuff as well online. But HTML5. I think HTML7 as well. I mean, it's not going to be that hard. And that other stuff. Python is easy. Python is the language of AI. And you could learn this. There's actually applications online that you can use it. Just case sensitive. Sure. Was he your math teacher? You could say so. He certainly didn't know me, and it was impossible for him to know my general theory of relativity was based on the Riemann manifold, which that's what I was explaining to you. Oh my god, she actually mentions it in here, which makes sense. But she explained it, she mentions it, that the idea of the relativity. Oh my god, she literally says it what I was explaining. But yeah, the laws and the theory of relativity was based on this, that the moment you are able to define what's it called, the moment you are able to define S, you are able to move forward and stuff. The moment you are able to put S as a number, you've made it as a constant. It's not now as a variable anymore. So the higher it is, the more the numbers are, and N as well. See what I mean? The lower it is, the lower the numbers are. So I'm just a musclehead. No, honestly, what a fucking mood. Honestly, we love gym rats as well. I don't know. So what's sad? All the femboy program is, man, don't remind me. You could say so. He certainly didn't know me, and it was impossible. Yeah, based on Riemann manifolds. After all, he was a historical figure from more than 100 years ago. He was dead by the time my grandpa was born. Damn. It takes the young man a while to digest the general meaning of that statement. He decides to ask a question that may be a little easier for her to explain. If only so, that continue the following the conversation. Oh, damn, she woke up. Especially while a certain twin tails remains asleep. General relativity. Ooh, they're gonna explain it. Should I go into it a little bit? No. Let Einstein explain it, and I'll see what I can say. It's simple terms. It's a theory that universal gravitation is equivalent to the distortion of time-space. That is this time-space continuum. Continuum. Oh my god. You know what I mean. Is there a metaphor or image I can figure? I can imagine. Actually, I can give you an image that will be able to use it as a layman term. Hold on. You must have seen a whirlpool before. Damn, she's gonna use the whirlpool. I was gonna use the I was gonna use the pendant. You know what I mean? I was gonna use the pendulum. I was gonna use a rotating pendulum as an example, but she uses the whirlpool. Both make a lot of sense. Both of them works in the same idea with a center of gravity and a distance and a mass, and then you have the gravitational force. So whatever. Imagine a wooden ball falling into the whirlpool. See what I mean? Does it look like it sucked into the hole in the center? Yes. Do you mean that gravity is also an illusion like this? Well, it's not an illusion. It's just something that we can't really sense. That's right. We know that for the wooden ball, the twisting water surface on the direct cause of its spiral motion. Correct. The same is true for a planet. Any object will rely on its own mass to distort the space and time continuum they are in, forming a vortex that attracts other objects. Gravity is just a manifestation of this distortion. So a good way to explain it is that where's my paint? Where's my paint? I'm gonna pull up the paint. Hold on. Let me give you the best example for it. So, I'm gonna give a couple of things. I'm gonna give two things. Well, we can go by the whirlpool, but let me explain it in a way where you can guys understand it even better. So, you have a whirlpool, right? Let's do it like this, and let's do it like that. Now you have a ball. I put in that ball. Right now, the force in the whirlpool is going towards the center. So we can call this as the center of gravity for the whirlpool, where everything is going in and falling into it. The thing is, if you put the ball in here, it's gonna be taking by the surface, according to the distance from the center of gravity. By the distance of the center of gravity, it's gonna be going slow, right? The closer you get, the faster it gets. It depends on the surface area. You have surface area and you have the force, right? And you have the gravitational force. That is the force you have, the gravitational energy. So you have that, and you have the surface area, and you have the distance. Awesome. The farther you are, the more surface area you have, the more distance you're gonna cross because you're far away. See, this distance is farther than this distance. The closer you are to the center of gravity, the stronger the force is gonna pull you, and the faster you're gonna go with a lesser surface area. With a lesser, look at that, how small it is. Depends on the ball size and toughness. Correct. Yet again, yep, because you're gonna have something called resistance. We're talking here in a perfect solution. So we're not taking air resistance, we're not taking the toughness, we're not taking the weight, we're not taking the actual ball resistance, because with every force you have another force. I agree with you. We're taking this in a perfect space. And that's how I approach chemistry as well. At least, you know, theoretical chemistry. That is first. Now, take it in another way. Let's talk about it if we were to talk about it as a planet. So, imagine this. So, where is it? You have the space-time continuum. So imagine it, the best way to do it is like a wave, right? It's like waves. And it's like something of a space, okay? We're gonna put it like that, and then imagine that behind it all is like water, okay? Or like a field, like a paper. Imagine that like you're looking at a paper from the side, right? So that is the paper from the side. Now, Earth is gonna come in and it's gonna sit. So I'm gonna put Earth as a blue. So once Earth comes in and sits on that space-time continuum where space is moving forward, where time is moving forward as long as we are in that space, right? Not heat waves technically, but it's more like shores. Imagine that you are looking from the side of a tank, right? The moment you put in this Earth is gonna sit down like this, is gonna bend it with its mass and gravity, because what the Earth has its own center of gravity, and the Earth is a mass. It has a mass with it, so it's gonna sit like that, and that way the space-time continuum, this wave, is gonna go like that and gonna go like this. See what I mean by bending it? That's where it bends it. So that way, the closer you are to Earth, the more you're gonna be attracted by its gravitational force, by its mass and gravitational force. Oh my god, how you doing, Kodai? Can we get a shout out to Kodai, please and thank you? How you doing, lovely? Hi. I didn't notice I was yapping. The closer you are, the more you're gonna fall into it. The further you are, the more you're not gonna be attracted to it. That is where the relativity it is. The relativity, or the theory of relativity, is the closer you are to the center of gravity, the faster and the harder you're gonna be approached, or you're gonna be pushed, you're gonna be attracted, you're gonna be attracted, you're gonna be pulled to that center. And the farther you are, the less likely it is. You see what I mean? That is technically the theory of relativity, and it makes a lot of sense once you take it into real-time application, and that's why it's proven, because you're able to prove it in a multi environment, you know, in many environments. My birthday's not, let's go. I mean, no, you're not old. Listen, your heart is young, and that all that matters here. Happy early birthday. Any object will rely on its own mass. See the mass, right? It will rely on its own mass to distort the space and time continuum. That's it. That is it. Awesome. They are forming a vortex that attracts the objects. See what I mean? That you are able to push to the center of gravity. Teacher taught me this way. Actually, a lot of people come in so we can help them with their I know I've helped, I believe, was it? But yeah, a lot of viewers come in and I help them with their homework. The last time we helped Brabble with their chemistry homework, and they aced their chemistry exam. You should ask them. Oh my god, I think they are here. Ask them about their chemistry exam. They aced it. They're doing great. But yeah, I help people even on stream with their homework. I don't care, it's fine. It's fun for me. So the foundation of one of my favorite sci-fi stories, Neutron Star. Correct, that's why the black hole is, right? I've been summoned. Yeah, Bravo, how was your chemistry exam? I remember I was saying that we helped you. We worked on the chemistry homework together on stream. It was actually in the downtime in Honkai Star Rail while Feishao is my game is being uploaded so we can summon for Feishao. Attracts the object. Gravity is just a manifestation of this distortion. Correct. Imagine that the surface of the Earth is full of such ripples, and our plane is surfing on it. So that is what it is. So imagine that, and our plane is surfing on it. Right. This feels like some kind of... Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Peace. We should be back. Are you back? F? Not yet. Hopefully not. We're back? Okay, good.
Welcome, Jester of Heart.
Listen, Twitch could not handle my smartness. My smart
Welcome,
ass.
Jing Liu is best character.
Actually, I think it's my computer about to blow up. It's getting hot in my room,
Welcome,
that's why.
Nigels.
Okay, we're back. Yes, fist. I think we're back. Let's go.
Welcome,
Neutron
Trouble
stars
Note.
are slightly less dense than black holes. Correct. Basically,
Welcome,
just a
Navatra.
function of how big supernova is. Correct. So supernova is the act or like the phenomena of a star blowing up, right? Now, we have multiple amount of it, right? We have blazars, we have quasars, right? Blazars are smaller, quasars are bigger, depending on the thermal heat it gives or the energy it gives. You have different colors of it, right? The closer the color is to blue, white, violet, you know, the ultraviolet stuff, those are gamma rays, beside the point. Those are big and strong and powerful blows, you know, explosions. While when it's red, orange, yellow, it's a little bit smaller because either the mass is slower or the energy it took to combust, you know, the star is young. When you have a young star, it didn't have enough time to do that energy, to manifest. Whether it's in mass, whether it's in age, that is true. And with it, when it collapses on itself, most of the time it happens to very big stars. When it collapses and the surface area is a lot smaller than the mass is capable of taking. The surface area cannot take the mass that was happening. So it kind of folds on itself. That folding on itself, the only way you're going to be able to fix it is by giving it more surface area. That's where it takes and it attracts, you know. It's like, let me give you an example. Imagine this is our Earth, right? Now, okay, imagine the same mass. So I'm gonna call it M. I'm gonna call M. This M equals the mass of Earth. And the surface area, this is the surface area of Earth. This is how much is gonna bend the time-space continuum, right? Now, what if I tell you the same mass M, we're gonna do it with smaller surface area. So we're gonna do it with something smaller surface area, something like this, with a green, and still continuing the M. The space-time continuum is gonna diverge a lot more. And now the gravity, that phenomena from the relativity, is gonna attract higher. It's gonna be double. See what I mean? I'm gonna put it like that. Instead of this being like this. It's from the aspect of this. Imagine me putting the same force with, let's say, a book. Or let's say I put in a water bottle on you. And then I put a pen. And then I put a needle. The surface area is a lot smaller now. But the mass, the force is still the same. So that's why needle will puncture you easily. Especially with the same amount of force that you put in. You put your hand on your hand, you put a bottle on your hand, you put a pen on your hand. Same amount of mass. But then you put it on a needle, and then the needle punctures your skin, and it makes you bleed. It's because the surface area of it is so small that you're gonna be able to apply all of the force in one place. Does that make sense? So that's where the gravity comes in stronger and stronger, and at some point, when the surface area is so small, it will give us a black hole. Does that make sense? So, for example, and then finally, let me put it like this. Let me put in a black color, and let's say the mass or like the surface area is like this, right? It's like this, while it contains the same amount of mass as Earth. The space-time continuum is gonna go like this, and it's gonna attract more. And it's gonna be here, like triple. See what I mean? It's kind of cool aspect. That reminds me of the 2 cups of different sizes can have the same amount of water regardless. mean, yeah. Correct. That is not wrong. Yeah, the bigger one will still be able to handle the same amount of liquid as the smaller one. Correct. Yeah. Yeah, come to think of it, a black hole doesn't really have quantified density. No, we can't really quantify, at least not yet, but we really can't quantify it. It's a very large amount of mass, and theoretically speaking, I don't think yet we are able to quantify it. Yes, especially when it implodes on itself. That's why Sir Newton's masterpiece is called the mathematical principle of natural philosophy. But yes, physics without math is just philosophy. Actually, in my opinion, it's math without physics. Math without application is just philosophy. That is my take, but I mean, both of them I guess work both ways. It's like a multiplication. I haven't read that book. You won't find it easy to understand. The mathematical notation of that era itself is indecipherable for most modern readers. Indecipherable. Speaking of which, what was that weird text Schrödinger letter have? Okay, a name. The name of an information processing device from 50,000 years ago. And that's where Evie's question of what do you mean they retconned? Or no, I think it was Marty. That is where Marty's question comes in of what do you mean they retconned Ada? In reality, Ada was supposed to be Prometheus. But then they retconned Prometheus and they brought in, they retconned Ada and they brought in Prometheus. You know, that massive information processing device from 50,000 years ago. That's what it is. Promi. Awesome. The content of this sentence is unexpected that Welt remains perplexed for a while. That's the gravitational power. Correct. And just like Einstein just said, the gravitational power is the result of the mass affecting. So, gravity is defined by the mass affecting the surface area of the space-time continuum. So, gravity is the result of it. So when you have a mass and you put it on the space-time continuum, you're gonna have gravity as a result. See what I mean? Yeah. Philosophically, my brain's currently working more than it usually does. Good. Train it. Let it go. Do it. How you doing, Henry? Do it. Good. I like that. I like thinking. Do it. What? The other party simply draws a line silently under the word information processing device. So the smaller the size, the stronger the force. It's more like the smaller the surface area. I guess the size. We would say the size because the size is different from mass. So we're going to take the mass as in, it doesn't matter in here. The surface area with a constant mass. So the mass in here, I'm going to throw in a number, you know, and we're going to say an object. We're going to define as M equal, let's say, 200, right? So now we defined it. So M equal to 200. When the mass is constant, the smaller the surface area, the higher the gravity force. The smaller the surface area, so I'm gonna put in surface area, so the size almost. The smaller the surface area, let me put it like that, equal the stronger, hence we can do that, hence smaller the surface area, hence the greater the gravity is. The gravitational force, the gravitational field, the gravitational force, gravity force. I'm gonna put it like F. Does that make sense? Follow a girl, leg and enjoy it. Ooh, what you're saying? Yeah. Wait, who's answered? I'm trying to go. So what you're saying, yeah, is that we can pierce the heavens if you drill, if the drill is small enough. Yeah, theoretically speaking, yes. Sure, fuck it, why not? Yes. I mean, that's what a bullet is, right? The bullet is afflicted with a lot of power and a lot of energy. So if that same bullet was to afflict you on if the bullet was bigger size with that energy, it would probably not kill you or pierce you. It won't pierce through you, right? But because it's a bullet, because it's small with a high degree of energy, combustion and energy, that's why it's able to do it. Does that make sense? Yep, thank you. So what is an information processing device? Imagine a library made of machinery, or a library with an automaton as its administrator. Continuum. Yes, yeah, that's it. Automatic machinery, 50,000 years ago. From your perspective, just treat it as a cliffhanger, a taste of things to come. So in here, they already established that there's a past civilization, and that's where the flame chasers were not accredited at that point. They were not thinking of the flame chasers. But by that time, they already knew, even 7 years ago, Mihoyo knew that they wanted to connect, and they wanted 50,000 years ago specific, and they wanted to show that civilization existed. That's so cool. Catherine. Who's Catherine? Oh my god. Adastra Absalsk. Tell me now. Too much trouble. Please. Someone will tell you in due course. Someone whom I reckon will not be afraid of this inconvenience. So please spare me the trouble. It's Planck and Schrödinger. Wah, Eins is so mean. Of course I am. P.S. Now that I think of it, I find your tone pathetic. Man, she's teasing him. She teases him. Bullet usually bigger size, but in the back of the bullet there's a gunpowder. Correct. That is where the force is. So, okay. If we go into thermal dynamics, you should in small flame because it handles friction. It created with comes in contact with the gunpowder, shoots the bullet in a very fast speed, and that goes into thermal kinetic, thermal chemistry, right? And if we're gonna speak thermodynamics in general, I'm gonna touch on it very small basis because sure, why not? But if we're gonna speak thermodynamics, right? You have fission and fusion, right? So fusion is when you have two entities. So fusion, we have fusion, God, if I know how to write. Fusion is when two entities clash with each other, causing an outburst.
Welcome, Mikoto Tsukayomi.
Oh my god, Mikoto! Holy shit! Been many months, yes! Oh my god, how's Japan? Oh my god, long time no see! Welcome, lovely. Oh my god, my mod is back. Holy shit. Should I give you the, what's it called? The returnee. The returnee event. Oh my god, we're gonna give you the returnee event. You get free pulls. How you doing, lovely? How's it going? Oh my god, lovely. Streaming career. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you, Mikoto. I'm so glad to see you. When we have fusion is when you have two entities hitting each other and causing thermal. It causes heat. That heat is transformed into power, into a force. See what I mean? So we're gonna call it I'm gonna put it like this. Now, you have fission. Fission is almost like self-combusting. Fission in particular, let me see. I'm gonna put it in red. Fission. Here we go. Fission is when you have one thing. So we have, let me put it like this in pink. You have one thing and you wanna crack it. You wanna break it. You wanna separate it, right? You have those two things mixed together and now you wanna separate it. That separation, you need to put energy into it. That energy, you need to put into it so you're able to do it. That's why fusion is exothermic reaction. Fission is endothermic reaction. What happens in bullets is a fusion. It's an exothermic reaction. So when that power transforms into a heat, it will damage the organs. And heat is one of those things that organs, most of the time, if you damage the cell beyond repair, it's not going to be able to heal from it. However, our bodies are really a miracle in my opinion, and our bodies are able to multiplicate and recover themselves as long as there's an ability to do so. Even one cell is able to replicate and make an entire organ as long as there's one cell. That's why bullets are not fatal unless they are in a critical place where, like, the heart, the brain you can never come back from it, frankly enough. Well, not necessarily, but you know what I mean. But like in a place where it's gonna be so critical, you're not gonna be able to save it. It's not gonna patch itself enough. Fission is getting the force in the object. Correct. Fission is putting force into an object to make it turn into two entities. See what I mean? So you put in, so fusion, so putting two things, clashing them into each other, making one out of them, that clashing is gonna be fusion. That's why, for example, hitting two rocks together. So when you hit two rocks together or you rub your hands, you get heat. You get heat out of it. You get fire. When you hit two rocks together, you get fire, you get a spark. That is an exothermic reaction. That's a fusion. Fission is when you need a neutron star. Well, not neutron star. Let's say a nuke. Let's say a nuclear weapon. You come in and you put in so much force into it, and once it breaks, the break out of it is gonna make a lot of damage too. See what I mean? Such a cool aspect too. For fission, we can take the example of amoeba. That is another one. I was gonna give you something way simpler. I was gonna give you breaking. I was gonna give you, well, not the nuke. He ended up with a nuke, but I was gonna give you like a lemon or like an orange. When you want to break the orange, you put more force into the orange to break it, and that breakage give you I wouldn't say it's an anti-force, but I call it a reversible force. See what I mean? That reversible force is still part of it. I wish we had the smarties in here. Fission and fusion are both ultimately exothermic, but can't claim to explain why. It is exothermic for one reason. It is exothermic because you're gonna be able, well, it's definitely different. Like, for example, I'm not gonna take hydrogen bonding. I think hydrogen bonding is unfair. But if we were to put something else, yes, it's an exothermic, as in it makes heat out of it. But you definitely need to put a certain amount of energy into it. So for, well, I'll give another example. Okay. Actually, we can take water. I think water is the simplest way, even though we can ignore hydrogen bonds. We can ignore hydrogen bond rules because hydrogen bonding is very specific and very different. So, for example, if you want to turn in an ice, let's say you want ice to make it to water, right? Ice is solid, so I'm gonna use, let's use this dark blue. So let's say a cube of ice is technically a lot of dense molecules in a small place connected by bonds, right? When you want to move them to a higher surface area, that's where you start breaking the bonding. That's where the fission comes into place. That's where you apply heat, you apply fire, you apply your hand. That's why your hand feels cold, because you're taking that heat, and you're breaking those bonds inside of it. See what I mean? So when you take it to liquid now, it's like this, obviously. Here like that. And now it's a little bit bigger. Now, if you want to turn it into vapor, see what I mean? If you want to turn it into vapor now, say like the steam, you're going to apply more heat, but at the same time, you're going to notice that that vapor is very hot, right? That's where you apply, that's where right now the water or the bonds are giving you more energy than you're putting into them. That's how it becomes exothermic. Does that make sense? My name is Bond, the hydrogen bond. I'm gonna kick your ass. During my exam, I was overthinking everything and forgot simple of oxygen gas. Man, oh god, that fucking sucks. I get it though. I fucking hate exams. I suck at them. P.S. Now that I think of it, I find your tone pathetic. I love this. So, Kenny, you have it to a certain degree. Listen, Kenny, here's the thing. I'm not gonna call myself a genius. No, I'm gonna call myself a smart. But I do have a degree or two. I have a minor in chemistry. I get a minor of chemistry automatically by taking every chemistry class in the university. And I have a doctorate in pharmacy. See what I mean? So I would say I understand it on a basic level. You can disregard my minor in chemistry, but I do understand my molecules. You know what I mean? I think we might have this backward though. Fission is when you put in the fuel close, okay, to each other and neutrons kick it off. That's applying energy into it. See what I mean? Fusion, I think, is the one where you have to heat it up with lasers. No. Okay. Let me try explaining it in a better way. Okay. Let's actually, you know what, we can refer to here. Fission versus fusion. Okay, let's do it like this. So, fission splits a heavy element. So, you have something, you split it, right? You split a bond, you split a heavy element, that is fission, with a high atomic mass number into fragments. Fusion joins two light elements together, forming a heavier element. So when we go back to the explanation that I put in, and we go and apply it into my explanation, you see in here, well, I mean, that is, well, this one is inaccurate, but I have literally no place to write it. But I mean, yeah, it has to be bigger. It has to be something like, I mean, yes, it might be inaccurate in the sizing of it, but it could list like that. So, what it is happening. Fusion is from fuse. Fusion is from fuse. Fusion, fusing something. See what I mean? So you take two things and you put them together. And by putting them together, you get energy out of them because they are clashing. To be able to break a bond and renew it, you need a brand new amount of energy, and it's gonna give it. Because every molecule, we have nitrogen, we have protons, we have neutrons, and we have electrons. Those electrons, when they clash together, are the ones that are gonna make the energy. That's why electricity is a type of energy, and electricity can cause fire, because electrons themselves are the ones that contains energy. See what I mean? So when you clash molecules together, those electrons are going in. Fission is when you have something and you need to break those bonds. To break those bonds, you have to apply a certain thing. So for example, a hydrogen bomb. So hydrogen exists in real life as H2. It's not able to exist on its own. Nitrogen the same way, it's N2. They are connected together, but we're gonna take H because it's the simplest. So you have one electron in here, and then you have one electron in here, and they are connected by a covalent bond because they cancel each other. See what I mean? They connect, the electrons connect, so it becomes a covalent bond. It's not positive, it's not negative. It's not an ionic bond. Ionic bond is when you have positive and negative. But because we have covalent bonding in here, so you go in, so it's stable. So stability is achieved when you don't have negativity. How you doing, air fryer? Welcome, welcome. Oh my God, your name is so funny. I love your fucking name. 1000. Holy shit.
Welcome,
yeah,
air
it's cool.
fryer
Thank you.
1270W.
Talking about no, how you doing, lovely? Yeah, talking about hydrogen, pretty much. So it's a covalent bond. But the thing is, they are stable. When they are stable, it's hard to break them. You're gonna apply a crap ton amount of energy. The thing is, once you break them together, the electrons are gonna go haywire. So you're gonna apply energy into breaking them, into breaking those things. But now those molecules together is existing in a negative situation, in a negative environment. The amount of energy is gonna give a lot more, double. Does that make sense? So when you have something and you put energy into breaking it, and it gives you more energy than you put in, that's how you get energy out. So going back into the water, you put in ice, you turn it to water. Your hand will feel cold. So if you put in an ice cube in your hand, as it turns into water, as those molecules are breaking and separating a little by little, your hand is feeling cold because the exothermic heat is leaving your body and is breaking those bonds and is increasing the surface area of the water. That's why they say don't put frozen water and close it. Basically nuclear fission. Here you go. Thank you. That is nuclear fission. Thank you. Now, if you want to turn it to gas, so if you put in the water on a gas stove, you are giving it energy. You are giving it thermal heat, but you're gonna notice that this vapor is gonna burn you. So at this point, you gave so much, like the energy the water is giving while it's breaking is a lot more than the energy you're giving. is gonna be exothermic. To a certain degree, it is exothermic, and to a certain degree, it's endothermic. You're not wrong, but at the same time, it's a little bit more complicated. Does that make sense? Now, regardless, going back in here. The young man had no choice but stick out his tongue. Now, the girl responds in kind. Yep. I hope this. I'm so sorry. You know, if it bores you out, please don't feel pressured. I just love those things. I usually made my own notes in camp. Ooh, nice. I'm a note taker. I'm definitely a note taker. I'm the type of person who I have to write things down to be able to visualize them. Definitely a visual learner. Physics and bio, noted, were pretty nice. I'm enjoying. Okay, I'm so glad, Kenny. Holy shit, I feel better. While doing so, she also takes the notes back from him. I just joined. I think it's great. So glad to like it. So glad. Listen, it's degeneracy at the beginning of the stream and absolute big brain by the end of the stream. That's when my medication kicks in. I have the worst case of ADHD and bipolarism, regardless. But when it comes to visual novels, I'm gonna be uploading those to YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make those into a YouTube series. So because of that, and I'm gonna apply them. I'm gonna submit it to MiHoYo. There's a way, usually they ask us to submit them to MiHoYo. I'm gonna be submitting those to MiHoYo. So if they review them, if they see them and stuff like that. Let's use this opportunity to attend math class. I always love to hear from Sidious. No, thank you, lovely. Thank you. Are you serious? Of course. Do you know how to prove e to the pi I? So pi imaginary plus 1 equals 0. God, I used to know how to solve it. Man, it's been so long since I took calculus. Oh, it's been so fucking long since I took calculus. You never use it. You never use it in pharmacy as much. Well, never. Unless you're doing R&D research, actually. Sometimes it does happen because you want to do molecule stuff. But I used to remember how to do it because E is constant and pi is constant technically. Imaginary. Oh God, I don't remember the imaginary rules. I could have proved it, but I forgot how to do it. It's fine. How could I know? Oh, should we start with the fundamental theorem of calculus? It's been so long since I've taken calculus. Okay, go for it. Go, Einstein. No, since I need to teach you, maybe it's better to start by learning dedicant cuts. At this point, I think we're better off just just starting from the very basics of set theory. Can I choose to sleep? The answer is 2.7 of the Euler's identity. Oh, thank you so much for finding it. Now you got me. Oh my God, now you got me interested. I really want to put it in. I really want to see how they solved it. Man, same deal. Yeah, for me in electronics. Yeah, we have algebra, stands, ins, and get us enough most per. Yeah. It's like the basic stuff. I tend to remember those things because I like them. But otherwise, yeah, as you said, I'm okay with numbers. I'm okay with letters. But when we start going to that level of abstraction, you lost me. I don't like math. I'm a physics person. I've always been physics person. I'm an application-based person. Application visual. Anything that it comes in, as you said, theorem and everything like that and gets complicated and I can't visualize it, yeah, no, we're fucked. I don't want to go too much into up my own ass. Okay, then I can read more books for myself. Nah, look at that tongue. As she passed the note, the girl sticks out her tongue with an even more innocent expression. It's reference to Einstein. Oh my God, look at that. It is as if she's saying, want to chat with me? You're 100 years behind. Man, she loves teasing him. I love their relationship. Approximate. I mean, technically, it is an approximation since pi itself. It is very long. You're right. The number is much longer. Yeah, we are putting pi into it. It makes sense. They are all derived from algebra, and I remember proving that in class, but don't use it day to day. Derived from calculus. Calculus is the father of all math. Calculus on a substantial basis attracts a very important factor, which is being able to prove one thing from another, being able to prove a variable from different variables. So for example, I always use that example for calculus and I feel like a lot of people can understand it. The best example I can give from calculus is x equal 1 plus y. Y equal x plus 2. You have two different equations in here and two different variables. We should be able to substitute in each other, right? Two strangers suddenly interrupt the WELTS rave. Okay. Excuse me, who might you two be? Same for my answer, by the way. Yeah. Huh. The Finn stands vigilantly in front of the two ladies. Dr. Einstein, we should have met before. This is middle-aged man has a deep voice. Welt feels as though he too had heard his voice before. What can I do for you? Man, we started talking about gravity and we ended up in calculus. Okay. X equal 1 plus y solved for y is y equal x minus 1, which obviously x minus 1 does not equal x plus 2. What? X equal 1 plus y solved for y is y equal x minus 1. Correct. Which obviously x minus 1 does not equal to x plus 2. No, I understand. You just moved the x. You just moved the 1 from. You just moved the 1 from the y side and you put it on the other side, which makes it negative. Right. Are you telling me that those are not equal each other? The mop head girl responds emotionally. Man, this is so interesting. I have to say that. Emotionally, as if they had never been acquainted. The old man hopes this will be of help to you. The middle-aged man takes a scroll case from his leather briefcase and hands it to the Finn. Man, I have to edit this VOD afterwards. There's just no way. Man takes a scroll. I will edit it. I will edit this VOD. I mean, I was planning on cutting it anyways, but damn, we got taken away. What the fuck did I just create? You know, listen. It happens. A scroll case from his leather briefcase, and hands it to the Finn. Who's blonde? Ooh, I know. That is... I'm not gonna spoil it. You are an expert in ancient... Because she's very important. You've heard her name, probably. In an ancient manuscript, right? Oh, once you see her, she's incredible. So, like, in a rudder... Okay, problem. Boiling it down to explosive... Yeah, you can substitute. Yes. What I'm trying to say is you can substitute. Yes. For the time being, then, you should recognize this. I don't know how many chapters we've done. Are we in the 3rd chapter? How can any value plus 2 equal the same value minus 1? It doesn't. Yeah, the two equations aren't related. Right. The Finn opens the wooden box dubiously and pulls out a tattered piece of parchment that appears to have only been recently restored. Get out. Get out. Get the fuck out. Fun fact, Syrians still speak Aramic. I can still understand Aramic to a certain degree. Aramic is the language of Christ. I'm not even joking. People still use Aramic in Syria. We still use it in daily basis. Get the fuck out. I forgot that they use Aramic in here. Basically, they're saying that those places are in the Middle East, in Syria. Judgment Day, sacrifice and song. Why something? Probably all the farther we need to solve. That's fair. This verse. No, X cannot equal Y. Could be the Dead Sea Scrolls. Hey, indeed, you recognize it. Yes, I mean, yeah. Not bad. This is part of the scroll that has never been released. You know what? Let's speak geography. God damn. Aramic is... Here we go. Aramic. Here we go. Aramic language stems from... Let me see. Let me show you the region. Yeah, of Jesus. Right. Region. I think that's how you write it. Oh, here it is. From the region, and once you look into it, here you go. So, oh my god, what a small little... Okay, here you go. Why are you so bad like that? Gonna slow down now? Yeah, we overmath. Exactly. Let's just stop talking about... We should have stopped a long time ago. But yeah, as you can see in here, Aramic stems from this exact same spot in Syria and the north. They still speak it. Not only that, but a lot of Arabic in Syria, in the Syrian dialect, still uses Aramic in here. See what I mean? Sorry, it changed. No, it's okay with Visha. No, you're fine. Having a controversy. Fruit having. I heard about fruit having controversy. I don't know what's it about. God damn. Maybe you guys are going about it wrong, and maybe it's just supposed to be graph. It could be. I think being graphed might be the right way to go. I feel like if we graph it, that might be smarter. I feel like, yeah, graphing it might actually visualize it. Yeah, it's about past relationship she had. Oh, wasn't she married? I remember. Wasn't she married and then apparently she was in a toxic relationship? I think I read it. And he was abusing her and stuff like that. Yeah, we can go in details, yep. But regardless, yeah, so Aramic was from this side. Fun fact, Arabic was never actually in the Middle East before. Arabic stems from the Arabic, what's it called? Island, where it's like the Gulf, from the Arab Gulf. Funny enough. So that's why when you say the true Arabs, so when I say Arab, I'm Arabic by language, but I'm not Arabic as an ethnicity. So the true Arabs that hold on as an Arabic ethnicity is the ones in the Arabic island, or in the Arabic Gulf, the region. Funny enough. But for us, we'd say Phoenician. You see where Lebanon is? Phoenician. I'm more of a Phoenician and Aramic. Or like Phoenician, Ashur. Or Phoenician, but mostly Phoenician. Arabic and Aramic isn't the language, isn't it Hebrew? Nope, different. Aramic and Hebrew are totally two different things. Not only that, Hebrew stemmed exactly around Palestine in here, and Aramic in particular stemmed from here. Now the thing is, they amalgamated together because they were in the same era. So they amalgamated together. So at some point, Aramic became something that is in common. So when Arabic came in to the Middle East in here, it got mixed with Aramic. And it got mixed with Hebrew. That's why Arabic, Hebrew, and Aramic, they sound the same. And people in Syria still speak Aramic. So cool. Now I'm saying, yeah, I believe Hebrew is the language of the religion. No, Aramic is the actual religion, language. Aramic is the actual language. Especially when you want to go back into if you want to go back into the timing, right? So, but they started together. They were together in the same time. So if you want to do Aramic language of Jesus, for example, you will know that it stems from each other because they were at the same time. So both of them happened at the same time. It's kind of cool aspect as well. Not a lot of people know about it. The words of Jesus in the original Aramic, which is true. And that's why Jesus did not speak Hebrew, spoke Aramic. See how cool it is? Jesus likely spoke Aramic in his native language and the most common language of the people in this day, which is correct. That's what I'm saying. Arabic, Syrians. I still understand Aramic, funny enough. Existed. It's a consensus among scholars that the language of Jesus and his disciple was Aramic. Aramic is the common language of Judea in the 1st century, the village of Nazareth, and whatever it is, where Jesus spent most of his time, were Aramic-speaking communities. No, Aramic is not Islam. No, Islam did not even stem in this place of the Middle East. Aramic is not from here. Islam is not from here. Remember. The Christianity and Judaism stemmed from this area. Islam stemmed from here. See what I mean? That's why Torah is in Hebrew. The original Bible is in Aramic or Assyrian, Ashur. Because the people at that time, they were Assyrians, they were Ashur. That is the name of the people at that time, and they spoke Aramic. And that's why Islam, Quran, is written in Arabic. See what I mean? And that's why we speak Arabic, but in reality, Arabic as an ethnicity, we are not Arabs as an ethnicity. What you understand what I mean? Did that say Allah? Arabic is Islam? No, it's just writing. You just write it.
Welcome, Furitsu03.
What did I stumble into? Good morning, how you doing, Fruit? We're speaking about so many different things. That's what I like about my HONKAI Impact. Listen, HONKAI Impact for me is a time where I don't care about my stats, where I don't care about if people don't want to watch. I just want to speak about it, and I want people to speak with me about it. There are 3 books, yes. The Quran, the Bible, and the Torah. Right. Yes. The Bible was written in Aramaic, in Assyrian, Cyrillic, whatever you want to call it. However, it's translated to English. The Torah was written in Hebrew, and Quran was written in Arabic. See how cool it is? It's a bunch of mixed responses. One side supporting her because of the abusive relationship. Oh, for fruit. Yeah. And had a way. And the other side disgusted that she cheated on the husband. Man, I don't know how to get dicey with them. I feel like one of them must be lying. Hi, you doing, lovely? How's it going? Yeah, but that's what it is. I'm saying that believe Hebrew is the language of the religion. Yeah. So it's definitely a different place because I remember studying those as well. Like, listen, I was in an Orthodox school my entire life. And what I'm trying to say is it is definitely different. My message failed. Weird. Oh, did it? I mean, I'm reading what I received, so I'm not quite sure. The last one I received, there are 3 books, the Bible, the Quran, and the Torah, isn't it? Yeah, and that's what it is. Google image you showed, Allah listed for God. Allah is the Arabic word. So, you know, I'm Christian, right? I say Allah. Allah is not for Muslims. Allah is the Arabic word for God. See what I mean? Arabic word for God. Allah is not only for for Muslims. We all share the same God. It's a Semitic language. They're all Semitic. They all speak about one God. So I say Allah. See what I mean? I say Ashkur Allah. Thank God. Because Allah is an Arabic word. It's not a Muslim word. There's no Muslim word. You see what I mean? Islam is a religion, just like Christianity, just like Judaism. So when you want to take them, see what I mean? Yeah. Also, you don't forget Yeshua. We call him Yeshua. Yeah. Because that's why Assyria, Ashur, Syria, Suriya, Shuriya, Ashur, Assyria, and then Yeshua, Jesus. That is the Arabic word for it. It's in Aramaic, Yeshua. See how you can pretty much stem it from, but that's kind of cool. I think Aramaic is more common for African Muslims. Aramaic has nothing to do with Islam. That's what I'm guys confused about. Aramaic is not. It has nothing to do with Islam. They might be Muslims who happen to speak it. How you doing, Jinglu? Welcome back. But in reality, Islam stemmed from here. That's why Islam was mostly in Arabic. That's why Quran is in Arabic. Aramaic is from top. See what I mean? So people spoke Aramaic the entire time before Muhammad came out. See, that's what I'm trying to say. So all of us in here, we're not Arab as I am not an Arab as an ethnicity. I'm an Arab as in I speak the language. But Arabs as an ethnicity isn't here. People still speak it. No, there's different one. So during the years, there's Sumari, Akkadi, Ashuri. There's so many. Those are different eras. So we had Sumerians, we had Akkadiyin, Ashuriyin. Those did not exist at the same time as each other. It's like the predominant language of the sub-Saharan Muslims. Not saying it's tied to the religion. I didn't know that. I have a hard time to believe it even. What? And now you got me curious. Now you actually got me very invested. Wait,
Nice to
what
meet
is it?
you. Him,
Let me
pom,
see.
pom.
You got me very invested. Aramaic in Sub-Sahara Desert, Africa? Aramaic? There isn't much information about Aramaic in Sub-Saharan Africa, but here's some information. Origin. Aramaic is the ancient region of Syria. That's what I'm saying, Syria. And spread in Mesopotamia, the southern Levant. It's far. Syria, Lebanon, and Jordan, and Turkey, and Iraq. There's no way people in Africa would speak it because they didn't speak it. It didn't exist for them. That's what I'm trying to say. Spread. Aramaic is the language of Babylonian Empire, which extended from Taurus Mountain, Jibal Turan. I know them in Arabic. In Eastern Arabia, decline Aramic. Okay, Aramic alphabet. Aramic. There's nothing about it. That's what I'm confused about. Black is really Hebrew. What language? Where there no native written language in sub-Saharan. Most manuscripts are Arabic language. They're Arab. They speak Arabic. People in Africa speak Africans. Exactly. You definitely must have misheard them. Yeah, you definitely misheard them. Even Swahili. We were looking at it. So when we were doing for Genshin, Swahili has Arabic alphabet. Aramic has a different alphabet. That's what I'm trying to say. So technically, my ethnicity would be more Aramic and Phoenician. I'm more of a Phoenician. I'm Lebanese in this side of Syria. I'm definitely Phoenician. See what I mean? If we're gonna go ethnicity-wise or DNA-wise, which is interesting. Not bad. This is part of the scroll that was never been released publicly. I hope that the secrets within it will be useful for the research. There's a lot of cool topics, not gonna lie. But yeah, the oldest language was Sumerian. The oldest recorded language was Sumerian, yes. The oldest recorded one, correct. Then Akkadi, yep. So you have Sumeri, Akkadi, Ashuri, yep. And yeah, Aramic, we call it Aramia, we call it Ashur. Assyrian, Ashur. So it has a different word in Arabic, that's all. Or like if you want to use it in Aramic, Ashur. That's why. So the overseer, what exactly does he need us to do? Ooh, we have someone. Nothing. The old man just hopes to give Lab 42 a hand in their research, that is all. In other words, he has a high expectations for our research this time, yes? Of course. He looks forward to reading your thesis. Okay, I understand. So, the overseer in here, we're only talking about the one and only, the Otopakaripsu. The point of our activities here is not to let the North American branch monopolize the results, right? See, that is one of the main reasons why MiHoYo stopped using real life examples. Because a lot of problems started stemming from it. So, that was the last time they used those stuff. Actually, I had a history exam few days. Ooh! To muster people and mobilize resources for such a trivial reasons. Relations between the European and the North Africa branch must be quite sour indeed. Ah yes, here's a souvenir. Please kindly accept it. Shit. The middle-aged man no longer pays any attention to Tesla, but instead takes out a box of luxurious-looking chocolate from his leather briefcase and hands it to Einstein. Well, see you next time. Tch. That man liked to talk around the point, but I could tell that they still have the same old authoritarian streak. After all, the tail cannot be allowed to wag the dog. Damn. And the tree trunk must remain strong while the branches remain light. She's throwing so much shade on Otto. Now that a new branch finally prospers, they have to come fear it, and so they turn against it faster than turning the pages of a book. You see, what's very interesting about it is that the new branch that they are speaking about is the branch that is happening in, what's it called? The branch that they are going to, Billigans. Entropy. No, it's fine. It's fine. But maybe his particular family does. It could be. They stemmed from there. Maybe they live in Africa. Could be. It's a possibility. Migrating? Yeah, absolutely. For work reasons, for history reasons, you never know the reasons. Correct. To a certain degree, yes. Einstein remains non-committal in her non-response and silently peels away the wrapping paper from a piece of chocolate. Hey, I'm speaking to you, Mophead. Just a box of chocolate is enough to win you over. If I don't eat it, Mr. Cocoa Farmer will be upset. Damn, I love how chill she is. Are you even listening to me? Okay. We can wrap it up for here. Okay, let's do that. Let's save. Yes. And let's close. So we did good. Look at us. Whoa, we went through up to chapter 4. Nice. We did 3 chapters today. We did 3 chapters even though we yapped so much. We did 3 chapters. Good, puggers. What time is it? I think we spent a good time too. Man, that is fun. I like this. I love those kinds of conversations. I'm sorry if I bored a lot of you. I'm genuinely sorry. But at the same time, I love those conversations. I'm passionate about those. I like how we can have a conversation. Even if some of us are wrong, even if I am wrong, correct me. Argue with me. Test me. Test my limits. Test like challenge. Challenge me. I want to challenge you. I love those conversations. Oh, it's so good. I love the math one as well. That is incredible. In my opinion, that is one of a kind. Let's pause it in here. Let's speak a little bit at the very end. And let's put in some mihoyo music while we're talking. Here we go. I'll correct you. Then you are you fucker. I'm not a furry. That's what debates are for. Exactly. I love debates. I love a good conversation. I love talking about those things. Amazing, incredible, amazing, incredible. Today was so much fun. I'm looking forward for next week. I think next week is gonna be just as fun. So next week, we're gonna go through 3 more chapters. So today, before I even sleep, because I have tomorrow off. So before I even sleep, I'm gonna export this video, edit it, upload it. So I'll ping you guys on Discord. Definitely, most absolutely. Dual Ego, ooh, yes. Same day, next week. Most likely, yes. Yes. Absolutely. We're gonna make it as Fridays. So Genshin Saturdays, and Honkai Impact Fridays. I feel it's fair. I think it's fine. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think it brings in a lot of light and hope and viewers to the category. I'm gonna utilize my viewers. I mean, honestly speaking, I got I boomed. Like, that's where my channel picked up. It picked up in the Honkai one. Yeah, Honkai Podcast Fridays. Nice. That is pretty darn cool. That is so cool. I thought we were gonna play Nightglow for a second. We can play Nightglow afterwards. I'm fine with that. I'm more than happy. Nightglow, here we go. You wanna see it? You wanna cry for Himiko? Fair enough. But yeah, those are some of the things. I think this is what I mean. This is what I mean by you guys were not ready for don't end me. Do you wanna or do you not want to? You know what? Fuck it. We don't cry right now. It's fine. We can cry tomorrow. No, sweetie, don't cry. But yet again, I really like this. Hold on. Where the fuck is the water? Yep. Here we go. I think today was amazing. I absolutely loved every single minute of it. Oh my god, have a good night, Evie. For people who are here, I'm dying so much. It's good shit. Wait, fuck. You masochist. You little fucking masochist. I'm gonna kick your ass. Thank you, Evie, for being here as well. Long time no see. And you too, Mikoto. It was so nice seeing you both. I think I really enjoyed this conversation. It's one of the best conversations I had in a while. That is one of the reasons why I respect and I appreciate and I love Honkai Impact 4. I'm looking forward for next week. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing Genshin. Tomorrow we're gonna go through one of the stories that connects to Conria. Come and learn about it. Come die with me. No, I'll pass. I'm already dead. I have med school. But yeah, let's pretty much wrap it up for today. Thank you so much. Honkai Impact 4. Honkai Impact 3rd. Oh my god, I can't say. Listen, it's the end of the night. We should pretty much wrap it up. I think it's about time we go to sleep. You know, I'm starting to trip balls. Good night. And thank you for indulging in the conversation. Thank you for trying. Thank you for entertaining it. And thank you for being here. I truly, genuinely appreciate it. And I thank you so much for everybody who's participating in this conversation. It makes it so much better for me. It's amazing. Have a good night. Let's fight about math. Share. Oh, chat. No, leave the chat, please. Until next week. But yes, sleep, alright? Oh, well, I'm gonna make sure I edit the video and upload it first. I've never did calculus in my life. Listen, it's about challenging yourself. It's not about being right or wrong. Fuck it, we weren't able to solve it at the very end. Who cares? We had a good conversation. We tried. We had fun. It's an activity. It's like playing with your chat. It doesn't matter. But yes, thank you so much. Jinglu, thank you so much. Ace, thank you so much. Kenny, thank you so much. Bravo, thank you so much. Rain, thank you so much. Evie, thank you so much. Thanks so much. Fuku, thank you so much. Kenny, thank you so much. Mikoto, thank you so much for every single person who was here. Thanks so much. Free, thank you so much. And welcome for everybody who's new. Thanks so much. Marcelo, thank you so much. What's it called? Fisher, thank you so much. Genuinely from the absolute bottom of my heart. I had a blast today. In 2 years, I have taken 5 math classes. Honestly, you know what, bars. On community day, we don't play games, we do math. You know what, that's why we are based. Fuck it, why not? But thanks so much for every single person who was here. You guys are truly incredible. I can't wait for next week. Tomorrow we're gonna, thank you so much Adele as well. Hori baby, thank you. See you guys tomorrow. Let me leave you with, Moon Halo. Let me leave you guys with Moon Halo. Can't wait. See you. Tomorrow we're doing Genshin. Bye-bye. Mwah. Yes, Ace. Actually, yeah, I'll text you because I'm gonna be working a little bit. Yes. Think stats right now. Nice. I believe in you. You got this.
I thought I would have won and I started till I felt us so real. I will no longer be a champion when I see smiles we still. If I have never known the soul there will a pain of sacrifice. What else should I grieve on my mind? Frozen into icy rocks. That's how it starts. That's how it starts. Rumble like the sands of time. That's how it is. That's how it is. Every page of tragedy is thrown away. Out in the flame. A